the players, coaches, cheerleaders, band members, and fans do be glorifying to you. We praise you and thank you for your love and faithfulness. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
It's a prayer by one of the Bradley students, and now the national anthem will be coming up. She's got to get her cue.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Merrill, it says that's Caitlin Dasher.
Caitlin Dasher singing the national anthem, doing another outstanding job. Man, she's got some lungs.
Good job, girl. That's Caitlin Dasher, and what a job she did there. We're here at Bear Stadium on our Food City pregame portion of the show. And Earl, are you ready with starting lineups now by Honda of Cleveland?
I can do that.
If you want to do that, go ahead and do that. And we're about 13 minutes away from kickoff, folks. We're just joining us. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff tonight. A 7 o'clock kickoff, so you better get on over here if you're on your way. You don't want to miss a kickoff. Earl, take her away, bud.
All right, here's the visiting Maryville Rebels, the number 2 team in the state of Tennessee. Many people think they're number 1, but Murfreesboro Oakland's been getting those votes out of Middle Tennessee, and they're definitely the class of East Tennessee. That's these Maryville Rebels that come in 6-0. They're 2-0 in Region 2 6A, and this is the way they will go as far as their starting defense. Up at the defensive end position will be number 7, Hagan Webb. Hagan is a senior, 6'3", 215 pounds. And at the other defensive end position, let me find Zach Braden. He's number 3, and Zach is a 6-foot, 220-pound junior at the other defensive end. The nose guard tonight will be Thomas Roberts for Maryville, number 32. He's 5'11", 220. And then the linebacker core will be Lou Birchfield, number 17. Lou is a 6'1", 205-pound senior. Another linebacker will be Eric Townsend, number 22. Eric is also a senior, 6 foot, 210. Linebacker Brock Garner, number 28. He is a senior, 6'1", 200 pounds. And the other linebacker, the fourth man in that linebacker core, is Braden Hoy, number 33. He's 5'11" and 200 pounds. In the secondary, for the Rebels, you'll have DJ Burks, number 1. He is 6 foot, 185 and a junior. He's the only player in the starting lineup that will go both ways. DJ Burks, number 1, will be a wide receiver on offense and in the defensive secondary on defense. Also in the secondary with him will be, let's see, number Hagan Webb, let's see, I've lost my defensive backs here. Oh, we have Travis Reeder, number 16. Travis is 5'10", 160. And also in the defensive secondary will be Jason Maneker, number 83, 6'2", 200-pounder. and Jason he's just a young sophomore. All right, for the Bradley Bears, starting on offense, we have mentioned, and Gary pointed out in his interview with Coach Floyd, these guys have really played well the last 2 or 3 games. Up front, the offensive big guys, the big 5 up front. From left tackle, number 60, Gabe Campbell. Gabe is 6'2", 265, and a junior. At left guard, number 72, Caden Moore, 6'2", 330, and a senior. At center, number 51, Brody Morgan. Brody is 5'11", 225, just a sophomore. At right guard is number 68, Tucker Bashirs, number 6'2", 250, and a junior. And at right tackle, one of the Bear captains, number 55, Bennett Burris. Bennett is 5'10", 230, and a senior. They have provided some really good holes for our running back core. People like Javon and Riley Harmon, and tonight we're getting back Jackson Wilson back in the lineup for the first time. He's missed the last couple of games with an injury. He is expected to see some action tonight. The quarterback, of course, was Aiden McClary. Aiden is a junior. He's number 13, 6'1", 180, and he's done a remarkable job replacing the injured Javen Burke early in the season. The running back behind him that you'll hear Gary a lot tonight calling, he has just had a couple of remarkable performances the last couple of weeks. Javon Burke, player of the game last week against Cleveland, was responsible for about 217 yards on the ground behind those holes that the big offensive line was opening up. Javon Burke, the running back, Javon is 5'11", 170, and a senior. He'll be wearing his twin brother's jersey, number 3 tonight, although he's listed in a lot of the programs number 1. He wears jersey number 3, Javon Burke. The wide receiver core will be also one of the senior captains, Braden Clark. Braden is number 17. He's 5'11", 190, and a senior. Donye Upton. Donye is a senior, number 4, 5'7", 155. And I've dubbed him Mr. Excitement. That is number 2, Cannon Hall. Boy, when Cannon catches a pass, he just gives you the impression that he's hunting pay dirt and is subject to take it all the way.
And that was our weekly player interview this week, and we're going to run that at halftime. We had a different format, a little bit pregame, so the Cannon Hall player interview will run at halftime of our game here tonight. So
all right, check that out at halftime. Cannon Hall, he's number 2.
Boom. Boom is what Coach Damon Floyd hung on him as a nickname. Boom.
Boom. All right, and Boom Hall. Cannon Hall is 5'9", 165, and he's a senior. And, of course, they usually play Carter Hall at the big tight end spot. He's number 87. He's 6'3", 225, and a junior. Gary?
I'd like to remind folks, too, about the Village Volkswagen, locally owned and proud sponsor of our local sports. Take a test drive of the award-winning locally made VW Atlas, villagevolkswagen.com.
And I didn't note this at the top, but that starting lineup for both Maryville and the Bears brought to you by the folks down at Honda of Cleveland starting lineup.
And I'd like to mention our Oh Yeah Fitness Complex right there at the Village Green. Check them out on Key Street there in Cleveland. Over 30,000 square feet of fitness and fun. That's the old Village bowling lanes where a lot of us spent our younger days. Summer special right now coming up, going through the end of the fall year, I guess. But see, Earl, when I leave, you know, if I went to a place like Oh Yeah, and I left, I'd have to go right next door to the Firehouse Sub and walk down there to the corner and get me a box of donuts at Townhouse Bake Shop, you know. So I think it offsets what I could do, but I'm just kidding, folks. It's a great place. I do my workouts at the Y anyway. But anyway, join us there at the Oh Yeah Fitness Center if you need a place to go and get your body in shape. You know, you only have one body. You got to take care of yourself. You're going to take care of that. And before we go to break, Earl, how about those Atlanta Braves? Another shutout today. Another shutout.
And they have really sprung. If you don't, you just about have to have a roster to keep up with their pitching staff. They have guys on the team now that I don't even know that much about. They're bringing them up. They've introduced us to a lot of young arms. I've learned who Ian Anderson is in the last few weeks, and he was one of their top prospects, but boy, he's blossomed this year. And hey, I feel really confident with all that hitting from top to bottom. They don't have any weak spots in that lineup, and
probably going to play the Dodgers in the next, in the National League pennant.
It's remarkable how much they have bounced back after losing Soroka. I didn't think, man alive, our pitching is just.
Remember Felton?
Oh yeah, sent him. He just hasn't been right the last couple of years, really.
I tell you what we'll do. We'll take another break right now here on our Food City pregame portion of the show. Tonight on Mix 104.1 and Talk 101.3 The Buzz. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, and we'll be back with a coin toss here at Bear Stadium when we return. Back in 1 minute.
Do you need credit up to $4,000? With a check into cash flex loan secured by your car title, that's exactly what you could get. Apply for the cash you need today and keep your car. At Check into Cash, a flex loan offers you the funds you need to handle some of life's bigger emergencies. Get started on your flex loan by visiting checkintocash.com/TN. Apply in-store with your car title, receive quick approval, and borrow the funds you need.
Your one-stop money shop, check into cash.
Bear Stadium here, getting ready for the coin toss, brought to you by Solutions Finance. And right now we're waiting. There's some TV guys out there. This game is not televised on Knoxville television like they intended to be early in the year. They switched to Powell and West, who are both 7-0 unbeaten, ranked 1 and 2 in the state in 5A. So that's a Knoxville station, picking up a couple of Knoxville games there. This game is streaming live tonight, though, on BCHS TV, YouTube, and Facebook Live as well. On behalf of Coach Gwen Royer, who really had to scramble this week since it's fall break. A lot of the kids are gone. He's a little short-handed tonight. He has some technical things he got worked out, and I think he is good to go, and we'll have Gwen joining us whenever he has an opportunity. I'm not sure what we're waiting on. The clock's showing still 3-minute countdown.
Yep.
Oh, the Bears are not out here. Well, yeah, the Bears are here. Maryville's here. I'm not sure what the officials are waiting on there. I guess it's still a few minutes before
they probably go out about 2 minutes. Yeah, there they go now. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
They're waiting for that clock to get under 3 minutes.
The officials go out there, and I'm not sure who they are tonight. They are the man in the white hat. He's the one to make all the calls. And I wish we had a mic on our refs here like we've had at several of the games. Maybe that's something that you
like we had last week at Cleveland.
Why don't you write a check for that, Earl? We could have one by next week, probably.
Yes.
Between you and Joe Cannon over there, you big money guys, so we'll have a chance to. It's interesting. Usually we can figure it out, and we also have an official here in the box running the clock, so we can lean on him from time to time. Bennett Burris will go out there as one of the Bear captains this year. We have 5 captains that's selected by the players, and Bennett is one of those 5. And Bradley will only send one player out. I think you can only send one player out to the coin toss anyway due to the pandemic restrictions, things like that. Again, we're still doing that here at Bradley. In case you're wondering, yep, you come in with a mask on and do what you want to with it once you get in the gate. But they're going to check your temperature as well. And here comes one of the Rebels, and here comes one of the Bears. That's Bennett Burris. And looks like number 17. Let me get my roster up here from Maryville.
And that it would be Lou Birchfield.
Is that 17?
He is one of the Maryville captains. He's a linebacker, 6'1", 205. He's a senior captain.
Okie doke. They'll be joined at midfield. I'm sure the winner of the coin toss will probably defer to the second half, which all teams. Brady has just been indicated. Nope, he haven't tossed. He's just patting them both on the pads. Now he's going to toss a coin here in a moment. And let's see. There goes the toss.
There it goes.
Bradley has won it, it looks like. He will indicate in a moment. He turned to Bradley first. I'm sure it means he did win the toss.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they did. Bradley has won the toss, and they want to receive.
Yep.
Bradley wants the ball, so that's a little different. But Bradley says, hey, we want to play, and they're going to kick left to right. And Bradley will be taking the ball on the
And I told you, Gary, one thing that we haven't seen in a while, and that is play 1 quarter of action and have a lead. And boy, oh boy. I mean, I was kind of hoping that usually we defer until the second half. And if we won the toss, I thought earlier today, I would take that and say, hey, we want to receive, and let's see if we can't take it down on a good drive, put some points on the board, and take a lead for one of the few times ever playing the Maryville Rebels.
Right before we kick off, don't forget about the Voitech Center for Orthopedic Care. No matter if it's a sports injury, a work injury, just an accident at home, Voitech Center has you covered. You can visit him at voitech.com. Dr. Gary Voitech's worked on a lot of us old guys here throughout the years, and he's taken care of me a couple of times, but that's Voitech Center at voitech.com. And the Bears have back deep, of course, Cannon Hall and Javon Burke. On the near side is Javon. On the far side is Cannon. Two pretty good return men. And let's see what the strange will be with Maryville kick deep to them. I'm sure they've...
And the short guys are almost as good. We've got Riley Harmon and Carter Clayton standing at the 22-yard line in case it goes short.
And kicking off the Rebels, number 84. And I don't have their roster in front of me, Earl, so I'm going to lean on you not to get one here in a moment. Here comes the kick, and we are underway. And he's
Lester Whitted
into the end zone, of course. And we'll bring it back to the 20-yard line where the Bears will take over. 1st and 10 for the Bears at their own 20 as we begin the 7th game of the year. The Bears coming in at 5-1. Maryville 6-0. Both teams unbeaten in region play. The Bears played 3. Maryville's played 2. And this is a huge, huge game, to say the least, for both these squads tonight. McMinn County, of course, still unbeaten at 3-0 in the region, 6-0 overall. They're playing tonight at home in a non-region game with Notre Dame out of Chattanooga. A lot of games got switched in there as a roster for me, Earl. Thank you, sir. As we were getting ready for play now. And in the backfield starting out will be, of course, number 3, which is now Javen Burke for the Bears, along with Aiden McCleary at quarterback. Spread formation, of course, hand off to Burke. He'll try to get around the corner. He's up to the 20, to the 25.
Come on, Javon.
40, all the way out to the 41-yard line. Just like last week, the first play, a 69-yard run. This one's only
And he had one man to beat right there. He had a good block at the line of scrimmage, talking about those big 5 guys up front.
22
and he
yards.
turns it into a 22-yard gallop.
1st and 10 for the Bears in Cleveland Ford, the Bear 42-yard line. And there's trips to the right side now. That's how you want to open a game. McCleary looks to the sidelines. Bradley will check off. Coach Matt Moody, the offensive coordinator. Nope, they're not going to change the plays this time. Burke will stay to his left hip this time. The snap, handoff to Burke going on the other side. He'll cut up. He's going down to the 45 and up to the 46. He got about 4 yards. 2nd down coming up and 6 to go for the Bears after a 4-yard gain by Javon Burke. 42 to the 46. Yep, 4-yard pickup. 2nd down and 6 for the Bears. First possession of the night. Trips to the right side again for the Bears. Carter Howard, the tight end on the far side. He's lined up off sides. Get back, Carter. He looks like he's lined up off sides from here. Now they're going to change the play. They will change it this time. Matt Moody, Brett Stanford, the 2 on the sidelines. Working there. And here we go. Here's the snap. And they will give the handoff into the middle for a yard or 2 yards, maybe up to the 48. Going to be 3rd down and about 4 to go. That's Javon Burke again. Make it 3rd down and 4 to go after a 2-yard pickup. So Javon has handled the ball every running play for the Bears so far. First was a 22-yard burst, and then he's had a 4-yard gain and a 2-yard gain. So the Bears are 3rd and 4 at their 48.
Critical play right here. 3rd down and 4 to keep this drive going.
Bears in a tight formation. No wideouts this time. They've got in the backfield now. It's going to be Cannon. Let's see. Burke in motion, hand off the man in the backfield, and that's going to be short of the 1st down. It's going to be, was that Wilson?
No, that was Cannon Hall.
Cannon Hall in the backfield. No, that's Jackson Wilson, 22. Jackson Wilson.
You're right. Correction.
No gains. Going to be 4th down and 4 to go. So Jackson Wilson is playing tonight. He got injured in the 3rd game of the year. He had 8 touchdowns in 2+ games. Got injured with a slight shoulder separation, I think you told me. And back to punt. Braden Clark for the Bears, and they've got twins back to receive. Braden averaged almost 40 yards per punt last Friday night on his 3 punts, and here is a good snap. High. They're not going to return this. Going to call for a fair catch, actually, and he will take it right to the 30-yard line. So after Cleveland Utilities Power punt, it'll be the Rebels taking over, and we'll be back in 30 seconds with their first play of the offensive set at 9:51. No score in the first quarter here on Mix and Buzz. We're game supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. Back in 30 seconds. We'll call it. It's going to be second down and about 5, and I didn't get the ball carrier.
Parker McGill, one of their mainstays. He give him right at almost 5. A short 6 or a long 5, however you want to look at. Camden Creighton on the tackle for the Bears there. Second down, and let's call it 5 to go. Little man in motion right to left. They're in a shotgun course. Trips left side. Now high snap. He'll pull it down, throws it in the backfield, and tackle right there. No gain at all. A great tackle. I believe it's going to be Burke on the corner over there on the tackle. No, that's Ringo. Yep.
Tredavian Roberts there, and no gain. It's going to be third down. He may have fell forward for half a yard. 3rd and 5, though, for the Rebels here in the early going. Nice play. Boy, Bradley had that smelled out. Trips to the right side this time. They're looking to the sideline. They're going to change plays. Bradley's going to creep up a little bit on the defensive side. At 8:45 in the first quarter play. No score so far. This is the first possession for Maryville. The Bears had a first down, but that's all they could muster. Here's a pitch on the pitch out. He's going to go wide right, and he is going to be hit, and he will be short and fumble the ball.
We got it.
Bradley has a fumble recovery. And who got that?
I'll tell you, down
6 on the fumble recovery.
number 6
for the Bears. It's going to be recovered by
Gage Anderson. Nope. He's switched. Who is that?
We're going to have to find out who that was. They switched numbers on us, and the Bears will take over after the turnover at the Rebel 42-yard line. Earl, they don't turn it over.
Yeah, they just did. 42 at the 42-yard line.
We'll get the fumble recovery. Gage Anderson used to be 6, but he wears 1 now. Here is a handoff again to Burke, trying to go through there. He's going to hit the middle of the 40 to the 36, 37 maybe, let's say. A 5-yard game. The Bears offensive line doing their thing. It's going to be 2nd and 5 at the Maryville 37-yard line. And we're trying to get one of the coaches up here in the press box to tell us who that player was. Joe, we find out who that was? We don't know who it was.
Number 6. He's a popular Bear, though.
It was Gage Anderson the start of the year, but he has a different number now. 2nd down and 5 to go for the Bears at Maryville 37-yard line. Rodney Williams. Okay, he's a freshman. That's Rodney Williams. Rodney Williams on the fumble recovery. Here's a snap, handoff. It'll be Burke again. He's going 35 down to the 33, 32 maybe. He's running hard. And he's going to be down there very close to a first down. Going to mark him just a yard shy. It's going to be 3rd and 1 to go at the Maryville 30, right at the 33. Back him up a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 1 to go for the Bears at the Maryville 33-yard line here in the first quarter play. On the second possession of the Bears, who got an unusual Maryville turnover.
Yep, and we need to take advantage, pick up a first down here and keep this because we've got such great field position. It's not the usual run-of-the-mill events whenever you get the ball turned over at the 42 against Maryville.
It's a gift, really. Here's a handoff to Burke. No, Aiden McClary keeps it. He's going to have the first down to the 30, and yes, he'll move the sticks.
Yep.
Pushed out right to the 30. A good decoy that time. The fake to Burke, who's carried every play except one when Jackson Wilson was in there, and McClary will get the first down to the 31. 1st and 10 for the Bears and Cleveland Ford. Move the chains, guys. Keep it moving. 7:09 to go in the first quarter play. No score so far. I think we took over, the 42?
42.
Took possession of that. So that's our second first down of the evening. And McClary, cool as can be at quarterback. He'll move Carter Howard to the right. Split back position. Here's a pass into the flat. It's going to be complete out there to Camden Creighton.
No, that's Braden Clark.
No, he had it momentarily and dropped it, so it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10.
for the Bears from the 31-yard line.
Clock stopped now at 7:04 in the first quarter of play here from Bear Stadium. Next week we'll be on the road to William Blount, our final road game of the year. See the Governors up there in Maryville. McCleary with a handoff. Here's Burke in the middle. He's going to be cutting the right side. He's got yards. He's got 5. He's got 10. He's got the first down to the 25.
Baby.
To the 20 and stumbles and falls forward down to about the 19-yard line. 12-yard pickup, another Cleveland for first and 10 for the Bears.
Tell you what, Gary, if we had any thoughts about the Bradley Bears being flat following the Cleveland game, they've come out fired up. The entire offensive line, the backs, hey, the whole Bradley team, they're ready to play tonight, seemingly.
That was a concern of Damon's this week when I interviewed him. He said after the Cleveland game, they're normally flat no matter who we play.
That's true.
And he said it's just hard to get these kids up back-to-back weeks like that, but as he said, they're kids, Here we go. They've been out of school all week.
3 quick first downs for the Bear offense.
20-yard line for the Bears. First and 10 again. McCleary, Burke in the backfield. Hand off to Burke. He'll hit the middle. He's got 5. He's got 6 down to the 14-yard line. Second and 4 to go after a 6-yard gain inside the 15 on a great run. Again, that line is just doing its thing. And when that line starts clicking, it's like last week, it just becomes contagious and everybody's wanting to block,
I hate to say anything, but we haven't started like this in a long, long time. Against Maryville here, we're at the 15-yard line. So far, nothing is going wrong for the Bears so far.
Hey, I wish you hadn't said that. Second and 5, though, from the 15. The snap, the handoff to Burke hit the middle. He's going to have a yard or 2 down to about the 13-yard line. It's going to be third down and probably about 3. Yep, it's going to be third and 3. Move the sticks.
Brandon, number 3.
That's Burke again. He's been a workhorse tonight. And Damon told me this week, said the guy don't get tired. He plays offense. He starts on defense at cornerback. He's on every special team. He's on kickoff returns.
Already eight carries.
Doesn't get tired. He's still in the backfield on 3rd and 3. They're looking to the side. They're going to change the play this time. Bradley split with trips to the left side, single man out solo right side. I don't think they're going to pass the ball. I don't think I would. And this will be Burke taking the handoff again into the middle. He's down inside the 10-yard line, and he's going to be close to the first.
I think he's got it.
Spot. If it's across the 10, he's got it. Let's see, though. We're going to spot the ball. He had to get to the 10. I think he's inside it barely.
I think the nose of that football is on the 10. It's a first down.
And that'll be a first and goal, actually. First and goal for the Bears now at the Maryville 10-yard line. 5:03 clock running here in the first quarter play. Boy, you got to take advantage of every opportunity inside the red zone here. Brought to you by Kia of Cleveland, the drive zone we call it for Kia. We appreciate Kia and their sponsorship. My wife's got a Kia and she loves it. Here we go again. Same set. Twins left this time. The snap to McCleary. He'll hand off to Burke again. He'll hit the middle. He's going to have a yard, maybe 1, maybe nothing. No gain. He's backed up to the.
Yep, they're going to mark it at the 10. No gain on that one.
And Burke comes out. I believe Jackson Wilson goes in or Riley Harmon. Burke has got to be tired. I mean, he has ran. Nope, he's going to stay in at receiver. He was coming off the field, and the coach, Moody, sent him back out there.
You're not tired. Get back out there.
This may be a pass here. Let's see. Now, Burke is going to the far side. He's wide receiver on the far side. Cannon Hall here on the left side with, in the backfield, Jackson Wilson. That's Riley Harmon this time. Jackson was in for a play. This is Riley Harmon on 2nd and 10, 2nd and goal for the Bears. 3:57 to go. Play clock's at 4. Here's a handoff to Riley Harmon. He'll hit the middle. He's going to be in the 5. He's going to be down to 2, to the 3, to the 1, and he is in. No,
right
he's
at the
out.
1.
Just at the 1-yard line. Man, was he running hard.
Yep, he had the legs turning right there, Gary. He was hunting that end zone.
He is inside the 1. So it's 3rd and goal now. It's 3rd down. It's not a first. It's 3rd down. 3rd and goal.
Yep, at the 1.
And it's just shy of the 1. Yep. With 3:48 to go, we got to push this in here. And we're going for it on 4th down if we don't get it here. Full house backfield now. They're C.J. Hart, they're going to push this one across. Under center this time. McCleary hands off. Hardy with a handoff. He will not get it. It's going to be 4th.
He tried the right side.
He is
between
close.
The right guard and right tackle.
It's 4th. C.J. Hardy.
He got it inside the 1. It's right at the 1-yard line now. 4th down and goal.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. The Bears on 4th and short. Now we may back away. We're going to call time. Nope. We're going to change the plays, though.
It will be
Fourth and goal for the Bears inside the 1 yard line in Maryville territory. Big play, obviously, here. Again, under center, full house backfield. McCleary makes keep it and let him push him in. They'll move Carter Howard right to left, and here is a handoff into the middle, and he will be stopped.
Clayton.
Clayton.
He didn't make it.
Didn't get it. Maryville stopping at the 1 yard line. No gain.
Man alive.
Mercy.
Ball comes up a little short.
Yep, right at the 1.
Wow. Boy, good stop for the Maryville defense.
That was a good goal line stand after a 9-yard run by Riley Harmon, and pushed it just around the 1.5 yard line. The next 2 plays got about a half yard, and it ends up dry at the 1 yard line. So now the Rebels will have to be very careful to get some running room out there, because they're going to have everybody lined up in their own end zone safety territory.
Boy, that's a shame you couldn't score, though. You got the ball at the Maryville 42 and got 3 first downs, just couldn't push it in. They're coming out of the shotgun.
4 first downs.
They're coming out of the shotgun. They will hand off in the backfield, and he's going to throw it long, and it's going to be intercepted by the Bears.
15, Roberts.
That's Roberts, Trentavious Roberts, Ringo, and another turnover for Maryville here in the first quarter. Bears having that at the 35-yard line or 30-yard line. And you could see a short pass, and he was just waiting for that. But Trentavious Roberts, they call him Ringo, just inside the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 again for the Bears. And you got to take advantage of these. 2:57 to go in the period.
Well, we've again starting great field position at the Maryville 29-yard line. Got to get some points.
And here come the Bears. In the backfield will be Javon Burke at the running back. McCleary, of course, at quarterback. He's got trips to the left side, including Big Carter Howard in the slot. Out of the shotgun, the snap. And he'll fake. McCleary will roll out. We'll pass. He will complete. Carter Howard to the 20, to the 15. The 1st and 10 for the Bears. And Cleveland Ford, they'll mark him down right dead on the 15-yard line. Another 1st and 10 for the Bears.
Carter Howard.
And
he was wide open right across the middle.
Nobody picked him up. He was the second man in on the 3 wide out. And he'll pick up an
14 yards.
Great play, good call that time by Coach Moody. The Bears are ready to play, no doubt about it right now. Let's see if Burke takes a carry here. Here's a low snap, handoff to Burke. He will hit the middle. He's going to have a couple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yards.
About 5.
He will not go down. He's down to the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Bears at the 10-yard line. In Rebel territory again, driving with the ball. They were turned away on 1st and goal after 4 downs, just inside the 1. The first play was picked off by Ringo Roberts. They call him Trentavious Roberts. They call him Ringo for the Bears. 2:08 in the period now. No score yet in the game. But it's been played on the Maryville side of the field the entire game so far. Looks like Burke still in the backfield with McCleary. Tight formation this time. Put a man in motion, hand off to McCleary in the middle. He will go through down to the 7, maybe the 7. It's going to be 3rd down, a couple to go for a 1st down. That's Burke again. Boy, he's a workhorse tonight. 3rd and 2 at the Maryville 7-yard line.
For the Rebels.
Well, it's more like 3rd and 3, I guess. Back at the 8. 3rd and 3 at the 8. At the 8, they'll pull him back a yard. A minute and a half to go in the period. Looking to the sideline now, getting the next play call from Coach Moody, the offensive coordinator for the Bears.
We need to pick it up here, not have another 4th down situation. 3rd down, 3 from the 8.
3rd and 3 at the 8-yard line, as Earl said. This time Burke to the right side of McCleary. He will hand off to Burke. He'll hit the middle. He's got it. He's in there. Touchdown, Bradley Central.
Come on, Burke.
Go. Bradley Central takes the lead over the Maryville Rebels. 6-0 the Bears with the extra point attempt coming up after a Tennessee Valley Rossi touchdown.
And there's our workhorse again, Javon Burke. You could tell he had the first, and he was not just content to get another 1st down. He took it himself the last 5 yards. Touchdown.
And Grant Haney, who was 6 for 6 last week, will attempt the PAT. There's a place down. That kick is up. It is long. It is good. Timeout on the field. After the extra point for Ed Cycles. 7-0 Bears at 107. We'll return in 30 seconds. 30 seconds with the kickoff for the Bears.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith. on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
7-0 Bears on top of Maryville here at 1:07 the first quarter. Earl, we took advantage of a turnover that time.
Yes, indeed, and took the short drive, 29 yards in 4 plays, and just discussing with Joe Cannon, I don't think that we have scored first since we resumed play with them in 2013.
Well, I sure don't remember it if we have. Here comes Haney's kick. It's one of those high pooch kicks, going to be going down to about the 25-yard line, picked up there. And boy, is he going to be wrapped up and brought down immediately at the 26-yard line. That is Gage Anderson on the tackle, number 1 for the Bears at the 27-yard line, where the Rebels will take over now trailing. And how many times have they thought that this year? They were trailing Alcoa 9-0, but they're trailing the Bears 7-0 here after the kickoff of the Bears on the touchdown. Give us a quick recap of that scoring drive. If you
29 yards, 4 plays with Javon. Well, we had a 14-yard pass to Carter Howard, and then Javon.
Yep. And then out of the shotgun, man in motion right to left. They will fake the handoff to him, give the half back. He's going to be hit and wrapped up.
Look at the defense.
Have 3 yards, 2nd down and 7 to go. And the Bradley defense is really playing sharp tonight. A gain of 3, 2nd and 7 to go. After the game, Tito Williams, a freshman, on the tackle of the Bears there. Tito Williams, Marcus Goree, 2 freshmen starting for the Bears on defense, and that's unheard of at 6A level. Clock's at 38, 37 now and running here in the first quarter. 7-0 Bears on our Elders Ace Hardware scoreboard. Again, man in motion, left to right. He'll hand off to that back on the jet sweep, and he'll up to the 35. It'll be 3rd down.
Noah Vaughn.
Noah Vaughn will carry to the 35. It's going to be 3rd down, and looks like about, 2.5, 3 to go for a first down.
Give him the 34.
That may be the last play of the period. Clock's down to 11, and I believe that will be Gage Anderson again on the tackle there.
No, it wasn't.
And that will be the final play of the period. I'd like to remind you folks, don't forget about Buddy's Barbecue, and that's one of Earl's favorite places. And also,
it sure is.
Time for a Buddy's Barbecue break. You get all the ribs you can eat Saturday for $12.99, located on Paul Huff Parkway. And having said that, we'll take a 1-minute timeout between quarters after 1 here on Mix and the Buzz.
One thing to love about the Tennessee Valley is Bradley Central Show Choir, Vocal Motion. The other thing to love is the local Geico office on Lee Highway.
You could save a lot. You can save a lot. You can save a lot. But how do you know? Unless you call 894-2600.
Got a car? Got a boat? Got a home?
Get a quote.
Back with the start of the second quarter here at Bradley Central High School's Bear Stadium. The Rebels and the Bears both unbeaten in the region. Rebels unbeaten overall, ranked number 2 in the state this week, but they trail 7-0 to the Bears to start, and they have it 3rd and 3 at their own 34-yard line here. Big play for them. Let's see what the Bear defense has to say about that. Bear defense has been really solid tonight. Out of the shotgun, they will continue. Twins to the right side. Hand off to the running back. He's going to have yardage, and he will be stopped. He will not have it. It's going to be 4th down. He's going to be short by about a yard at the 36-yard line. And it's going to be 4th and less than a yard, actually. Let's see if they think they'll.
They gave him 2.
They back him up to the 36-yard line.
4th and 1.
They're going to go for it, folks. Unless they shift into a punt, they're going to line up to go for it from their 36.
Man.
Maybe trying to pull the Bears off. We'll see. They will hand off the ball, and he's going to get the.
He's got the first.
Oh, yeah. Second effort got it to the 40-yard line, or just across the 40. Be a first down. That's McGill on the carry that time for
40. He got 4.
C.J. Hardy on the tackle for the Bears, just across, right at the 40-yard line, really. With 11:24 to go in the half, the Bears up 7-0 over Maryville.
That's their first down. Bears have 5.
It's hard to believe that I'm saying we're leading Maryville. I don't think I've been able to say that in many years.
You have to keep telling yourself, hey, we're leading Maryville.
Empty backfield. He'll fake the pitch, quarterback draw. He'll run forward. He'll be getting one. Boy, he is pounded by about 8 or 9. Make it, 9 Bears had him wrapped up that time. They'll stop him after a 1-yard gain. Let's give him 2, a yard and a half, to near the 42. I'd like to give a shout-out to our good friends, Corky and Annette Whitlock. We know they're always listening. Brett Whitehead as well. Appreciate all our folks in the Bear Nation here on Mix tonight, 104.1 and the Buzz. Congratulations to Atlanta Braves, a 3-game sweep of the Miami Marlins. Here's a handoff to the running back again. No, the quarterback's going to keep it. Pass, and the flat's going to be complete, and he's going to be hit and pulled down behind on a pretty good tackle that time. He's going to have yardage across the 45 to the 46. That's number 2 on the catch.
That's Noah Vaughn.
Noah Vaughn on the reception. Gage Anderson again on the tackle for the Bears at the 46-yard line. 3rd and 4 for the Rebels, who trail the Bears 7-0. 10-12 to go in the first half of play. We'll have a few other scores tonight. There's about 25 games statewide being played tonight. I looked this afternoon. A lot of them switched because they think maybe bad weather tomorrow night. Some of them have fall break next week, and they don't like to play on a Friday for fall break. But nevertheless, we're playing tonight. The only game in town, so to speak. Out of the shotgun. He'll hand off to the running back. Nope, pass out in the flat's going to be complete, and he's open down to the midfield, and he's got the first and spins free to the 45 and on to the 44.
That's Vaughn again.
That's Vaughn again. Gage Anderson again. No, that's number 8 on the tackle for the Bears. And that is Marcus Goree, a freshman for the Bears. Boy, the future looks bright for the Bear defense with Goree and Gage Anderson, who's a sophomore. Tito Williams, a freshman. Roddy Williams, a freshman in there. Roddy has a twin on the team. We got 2 sets of twins, Roddy and AJ, who matriculated from Lake Forest this past season. Had a tremendous career down there. 9:20 to go now in the first half of play. Out of the shotgun, trips to the right side. High snap, he'll pull it in, he'll keep it himself. He'll go 40, 35 to the 30, and down to the 26-yard line. Good call that time. Boy, they seen a weakness in the Bear line that time, and the quarterback draw has been a very explosive play for them down to the 26 from the 44. Had to be an 18-yard gain back to the 27, make it a 17-yard gain to the 27 from the 44. 1st and 10 for the Rebels. Driving on the Bears at 9 minutes in the period and the half. We'll have our trivia question at the half. It'll be an easy, simple one tonight concerning these 2 teams. If you can't get this, that means you didn't listen to our pregame show. Shame on you if you didn't.
Or the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. And here we go with a snap again on 1st down and 10. Man in motion right to left. They will fake the jet sweep, hand off to the running back.
McGill again.
Yardage. McGill down across the 25 and on to the 22. It looks like a gain of about 5. 2nd down coming up to the 22. 2nd down and 5 to go for the Rebels. They're not a flashy showboat kind of team. They're just a solid, functional. They follow the rules and they execute. That's what I'm trying to say.
By playing the fundamentals.
Just play, and that's the sign of a good team there. They're very, very well. Coach Derek Hunt in his 3rd year, succeeding George Quarles. He was an all-state quarterback under Quarles, won a state title himself. And on 2nd down and 5 to go, it'll be the handoff to that running back. Oh, another pass, and the flat's going to be wide open again, down to the 15 to the 10, on down to the 5-yard line.
DJ
Burks on the catch. Down to the 5-yard line. Be a 1st and go for the Rebels now, deep in Bear territory. And they figured out something in the flats. Bradley needs to adjust their defense because they're really hurting Bradley now with this little pass in the flats. 7:50 to go in the period and the half. They're at the 6-yard line when he came down, they say. So it's 1st and go from the 6 for the Rebels. Looking to their sideline, going to change the play. In the backfield is McGill, I believe that is, 24. And quarterback looking, a long look in. Play clock plenty of time, still at 20. They'll stay in the shotgun. Twins out left side this time. Quarterback pass out into the flat. It's going to be complete. And that's Burke, and he will score.
Yep,
that's Burke. That's too easy there. They're passing Bradley to death right now, and they'll score and pull within 1 point. Bradley 7, Maryville 6 after the touchdown, and they'll kick the PAT to try to tie the game up. And it looks like kicking for them is going to be done lost my roster again for them. Oh, here it is.
Their kicker is Corbin Price.
91 is kicking for them. That's Corbin Price. An attempt to tie it up. 7:21 to go in the half. 7-6 our score. The Bears up by 1. Price is set. Here's the snap. The placed in. That kick is up, and, of course, it's good. 7-7 our score at 7:21 to go. We'll take a 30-second timeout here on the Mix 104.1 and the Buzz 101.3. We're game supplied to you by Hostess Supply Group, and we return in 30 seconds with a Maryville kickoff for the Bears in a 7-7 game. 7:21 to go
is
in
the
the half.
locals only division of Jackson Furniture, based in Cleveland, Tennessee, and selling exclusively to the citizens of Bradley County. For 87 years, we have crafted comfort for the home. We are proud to offer factory direct furniture that is designed, engineered, and crafted by our team of over 1,000 hardworking employees. You may shop your style from collections of farmhouse, contemporary, traditional, and modern all in one place. Catnapper is crafted in Cleveland and available online at catnapperdirect.com.
Game 7-7 our score at 7:21 to go, and Earl will give a recap of that drive here in just a moment. But I'd like to remind you folks about Village Volkswagens. Visit villagevw.com. Check out that locally made, the award-winning Atlas, made right down here in Chattanooga. A lot of folks around here driving VW. They work at VW, so check it out. Nice car, good, looks good on the road. That's Village VW.
73-yard drive, Gary, in 7 and 11 plays. Pass Carson Jones to DJ Burks for the TD. Kick was added by Corbin Price.
Here comes the kickoff, another high booming kick. It looks like it will go into the end zone, and in high school you can't return it into the end zone no matter if you catch it or what. So the Bears will take over 1st and 10th or 20, and that was pretty much a passing success in passing. What
it was.
Kept that drive getting down there.
They had 5 out of 6 passes now. They're clicking on the short pass. They had passes on that drive of 4, 10, 16, and 6. So they're mixing the real short pass, 4 to 16 yards, along with quarterback draw from Jones for 17. That was a big play right there. And McGill for the 3, 4, and 5 yard carries up the middle.
Jones passing and running was key, as McGill as well. And here come the Bears with twins left side. Out of the backfield will be the handoff. It will be that's Burke again across the 20. And there's
Javon, come on.
Loose. Oh, man, he broke loose again to the 29-yard line. A 9-yard gain. Just when you think you've got him down, he keeps pumping those legs. Gets free, so it's going to be second down and short. They'll put the ball down at the 20, between the 28 and 29. A gain of 9. It's going to be a yard and a half maybe for a first down.
28? What are you calling? 29.
29.
So it's a little bit long yard, a little over a yard, but 29. We'll give him credit there for the 9 yard.
6:49, 7-7 our score. Burke stays in the backfield. McCleary, he will take the handoff again. He'll be hit in the backfield, gets free, falls forward. He's pushing, working hard. He's not going to get the first down, though, but he's going to be about the line of scrimmage. It's going to be third down. He has really been carrying the ball all, I think, except for 2 carries tonight. We've not seen McCleary roll out, I don't believe, tonight. But it's third, and he lost a yard. It's third and
he lost
short
that
2.
half yard or so.
Short 2 to go for the Bears. And third down. They really need to get first here to keep the ball away from Maryville with 6:13 to go in the half now. Burke to the right hip now of McCleary. They'll look to the sideline, change the play up. He's got twins to the left side. Looks like Cannon Hall out here to the right side for the Bears. And they will go back now to the play. Here is McCleary back, throwing across the middle, going to be complete to Cannon Hall. He's got the first down to the 30, 35, up to the 40, 39, let's call it. Be a 1st and 10 for the Bears in Cleveland Ford as Cannon Hall got isolated one-on-one. Stepped into the middle there, and boy, had a great interview with him. And remind you, we'll have the interview played at halftime tonight. We ran short in the pregame. We will have that. It's also on YouTube, Facebook, and bchs.tv. So you can go to any of those locations and watch that, and it'll be there for a while, just as this game will be there next week. So you can watch a replay of this game, no matter how it comes out. So a 1st and 10 for the Bears at 5:32 to go. Keep moving the 6 guys. They'll look to the sidelines. Both teams have been out of the shotgun almost all night, except the Bears were under center when it was inside the 5-yard line. Here is McCleary. Fakes the handoff. Oh, there's a face mask. They got it.
They got it.
Boy, there's 1, 2, 3 flags come flying.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
He didn't mean to, but he's grabbed, and he just gave him a whirly-bird twirl. That was Burke. Face mask on them, and that's got to be a 15-yarder.
Yep.
There's no doubt that was not intentional, but it was pretty flagrant, if you ask me.
So it'll be up past midfield. Should be.
Personal foul, yeah. That's 15 yards. That'll give a first down for the Bears by penalty out to from the 39 to the Rebel 46, I believe. Oh, yeah, 1st and 10 for the Bears on
to
the
penalty. 46. Your
and
math is on.
Cleveland Ford, yeah. Hey, my Bradley math works some nights. 5:14 to go. 1st and 10 for the Bears.
And that is the first penalty of the game.
Yes, you would say that, Earl.
1st and 10 for the Bears.
Just think it. Don't say it audibly, okay? Here we go. Next snap. It'll be Burke in middle. No, that's not be Burke. That's going to be Riley Harmon. He gets 3. He's the 35, 40, 35, and on down to the 32-yard line with relentless running, just fighting through tackles down to the 33. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bears. And Cleveland Ford from the 46 to the 33, another 13-yard pickup. And once again, the holes are opening up for the Bears. And some strong running by the running backs contributing as well.
That time it was time for Riley Harmon. He's had a couple of good games here the last 2 or 3 weeks.
He had 70 yards last week in the game at Cleveland High School when the Bears went basically to a running game, didn't have to pass. The line was blowing hose in the Cleveland defensive line. Twins each side now. They got a stack formation over here with Carter Howard and Cannon Hall on the right side. And they got Braden Clark, and I can't see who this is on the far side. But twins each side are going to fake it.
Harmon again.
Harmon in the middle. He's going to have positive yards, but only a couple down to about the 31 or so. It's going to be 2nd down near the 31, let's say. Let's see. Nope. Let's give him about a yard. Give him 1 yard. It's a 32-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 to go with 4:07 to go now in the opening half. Bears and Rebels 7-7 our score. Bradley scored first after a second turnover of the night for the Rebels on an interception by Trentavious Roberts, or Ringo as we call him. Bears took it in from 42 yards out. No, it was it was the first turnover. It's a short drive for the Bears. Anyway, here we go. 2nd down and 9 to go for Bradley. The snap, it'll be hitting the middle. It's going to be Burke. He gets free. He's still fighting, and he gets free again down the 30 to the 25. He will not go down.
He keeps turning those legs.
Man,
he should have been down 3 or 4 yards back, but he evaded 2 tacklers, drugged another with him, had him around the leg, but he couldn't bring him down.
7-yard pickup to the 25. It's going to be 3rd down and a short 2 to go for a first for the Bears. Boy, it'd be great to score here with 3:15 to go in the half. Clock is running. Both teams with all 3 timeouts left. Bradley will change the play again. They'll have that same exact formation stacked on the right side and actually stacks on each side. It's a different look for the Bears on this formation. McCleary back, pass out complete to Cannon Hall. He's hit immediately. He will lose yardage by a yard maybe. They sniffed that one out. It's going to be 4th down and a good almost 3 to go, looks like. At the 26. Let's see, he lost a yard, I guess. Loss of 1.
4th down and 3.
That was a well-executed defensive play for the Rebels that time. Clock's at 2:35 to go in the half. Bears trying to keep this drive alive. This is a huge play here, and coming out the second half, it will be Rebel receiving the kickoff. Bradley won the toss, elect to receive.
Got to get close to the 23. It's a good 3 yards. 4th down.
Empty backfield. Trips left side for the Bears. Riley Harmon now in the slot. Now they're going to change the play up here. And they had to call time before they get to the delay game. Timeout on the field. Brought to you by Taziki's. At the Taziki timeout, we'll take a 1-minute break on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz. Back in 1 minute.
CatnapperDirect.com is the locals only division of Jackson Furniture, based in Cleveland, Tennessee, and selling exclusively to the citizens of Bradley County. For 87 years, we have crafted comfort for the home. We are proud to offer factory direct furniture that is designed, engineered, and crafted by our team of over 1,000 hardworking employees. You may shop your style from collections of farmhouse, contemporary, traditional, and modern, all in one place. Catnapper is crafted in Cleveland and available online at catnapperdirect.com.
For the Bears at the Rebel 26-yard line. Big play, obviously. That's sort of an understatement. We have Riley Harmon in the backfield. Carter Howard there in the H-back position. And Aiden McClary, of course, at quarterback. Twins to the left side. Bradley looks like they will pass it on 4th and 3 from the Rebel 26.
Riley Harmon is his running back.
Yep. McClary has a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's going to throw it, and it's going to roll out.
He's going to get it himself.
No! It's first down for the Bears. Complete to Javon Burke. Who else? At the 13-yard line, first and 10 for the Bears.
And he spotted him. I didn't see Jawan. He was wide open in the middle. But Aiden could have run and picked up the 3 yards. He had some running room there, but he elected to throw it, and it gained him a few more yards.
First and 10 for the Bears now at the Rebel 13 with a minute 54 to go. Bradley with all 3 times. No, they got 2 timeouts left. They burned one there to save the penalty on the delay of game, and here they go with Twins to the right side. McClary out of the shotgun, working the Bears. He will hand off to Burke this time, going to the left side. He's going to be down to near the 10. He was not down yet. He gets free. That's a 10. Inside the 10 to about the 9 maybe, or right at the 10. It's going to be second down, minute and a half to go. He'll gain, 3?
They're going to mark him right.
Give him 3. Second and 7.
At the 10, yep.
Second and 7 for the Bears at the Rebel 10-yard line with a minute 18. This worked out perfect for the Bears if they can score.
Yep, need the points.
Drain the clock, get the points. And a touchdown. We'll take a field goal, but we want a touchdown here, though. Tight formation this time, no wideouts. They got Carter Howard in the H-back position on this side, man in motion on the jet sweep. They will fake to him, hand off middle, and then Riley Harmon is hit. He's hit in the backfield, and he'll lose yardage. It's going to be third down. He's going to lose instead of second and 7. It's going to be back to the original line of scrimmage just about. It's going to be third down and almost 10 to go for a first down with 43 seconds to go.
Put it at the 13-yard line, loss of 3.
Original line of scrimmage here, and it's on third down. Clock's at 36 seconds. Make one final throw to the end zone probably, and then if it's 4th, they're going to have to kick a field goal, I'm guessing. And they're looking to the sideline to change the plays again.
The clock is running, folks.
Well, they're going to either score here or do something on 4th. I think they're holding the play up to call time. Yep, there's a timeout. Timeout on field with 20.1 to go for the Bears. Their second time out of the half. And we'll keep it here this time, Morgan. We're going to come to you in halftime here in 20 seconds or so. Trivia question coming up at halftime. If you want to win a Pizza Hut large pizza, know the answer. We'll give you a number to call. It'll be 476-0076, but you can't call it now because you don't know the question. And I may not even tell you that question. I may make you wait on it. Nope, it's going to be an easy question for you tonight. Like I said, if you've been paying attention to our broadcast, you'll know. Bears have one timeout left. Now, Earl, we need a score of some kind here as we go into the...
I don't think there's any doubt they're going to spread them out wide and take a shot at the end zone. 20 seconds to go into the half, and then if it's incomplete, you may have to go for the field goal here. Yeah. They're right... they're on the left hash side, but I don't think that'll be a problem for Grant Haney. They're at the 13-yard line. So if they don't gain anything, I think they're going to take a shot at the end zone here, 13 yards away. But dropping back 7 yards, it'll be a 30-yard field goal attempt. But they are spread out, and I think you'll see a pass right here.
Well, here we go with 20.1 seconds to go. Third down and 10 for the Bears with Rebel 15. Here's McClary back throwing into the end zone. Here's Cannon Hall. It's going to be overshot and complete fourth down. So let's see if they send in the punt team. I mean the field goal team. Yep, here goes the field goal team in for the Bears. With 15.8 seconds to go here in the half. 7-7 our score. Hadn't given that in a while. 7-7 our score. Bears scored first. Rebels came back, got their score of the half. We're 7-7.
Yeah, they're going to put it down, Gary, right on the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt for Grant Haney. And
he can do it.
Yeah, he's got plenty of distance from 30 yards.
That's Dugan holding for the Bears. He's dead on the 20. Here we go with a snap. There's a place down. That kick is up. It is long enough.
It looks pretty good to me.
It's good!
Yes, baby. Yes!
Bears regain the lead at 10-7 with 12.1 to go. A 30-yard field goal by sophomore Grant Haney on a great, nice drive for the Bears. And it eat the clock up, too, which is even better. So they'll kick off here, and I'm sure it's going to be a short pooch kick. And once again, Morgan, we're going to keep it right here for the kickoff this time, as we're right 12 seconds from halftime here. But a big play to get a score.
Yep, I tell you what, you'd like to have had 7 points out of that, but 3 points the way the Bears have played, I tell you, Gary, they have played Maryville-style football.
Yes, they have.
Have turned the tables on Maryville, and right now with 12 seconds to go in the first half, it's the Bears on top 10-7 over the state's number 2 team in the state.
12.1 to go. Grant Haney will kick off. He and Rojas are 2 of 5 sophomore kickers. Damon talked with me about in our pre-game interview. 5 kickers, all sophomores. 2 of them have been injured, and Grant Haney right now is the healthiest of those 3 that are frontline kickers, he calls them. And his kick will be a kick that's going to be hitting and bouncing to the 14, to the 15, the 20. Stepping through there to the 25, 30, and the 33, and he'll be down with 5.2 to go in the half. So they'll probably, I'm guessing, take a knee and go to the halftime.
I would guess at the 33-yard line, 1 play, I would think that they would keep it pretty safe.
5.2 to go. Bears 10 and the Rebels 7 here in the first half of play from Bear Stadium. We'll be on the road to William Blount, taking on the governors and the lieutenant governors and the attorney generals and all that up there at William Blount next week. Bring them all on. Here we go out of the shotgun. Let's see what to do on the one final snap. There's not going to take a knee. Doesn't look like it'll be a handoff to McGill into the middle. He's going to have 5-10 yards. He'll have close to the first down, and that will end the first half, and he will have the first down.
Yeah, he had the first.
Give him the first down on a 10-yard gain, 10 plus, about 11-yard gain from the 33 to the 43. So at a halftime break, Bradley Central 10, Maryville 7. And coming up will be our Southland Finance halftime show. We got some special announcements. We'll be back in 2 minutes. We'll give you the trivia question for tonight to win a large pizza from Pizza Hut. Back in 2 minutes on Mix 104.1 and Talk 101.3, The Buzz, where games have been supplied to you all season long by Wholesale Supply Group. Back in 2.
CatnapperDirect.com is the locals only division of Jackson Furniture, based in Cleveland, Tennessee, and selling exclusively to the citizens of Bradley County. For 87 years, we have crafted comfort for the home. We are proud to offer factory direct furniture that is designed, engineered, and crafted by our team of over 1,000 hardworking employees.
And we're at halftime. Pretty happy halftime of the Bears. They lead it 10-7, their halftime break here. Our trivia question tonight, very simple. If you want to win a Pizza Hut large-size pizza, call 476-0076 and tell them how many state titles that Maryville has won. How many? And if you've listened to our broadcast, you've heard us mention it numerous times. How many state titles has Maryville won?
That is total.
Total. Yeah, total. 476-0076, the number to call. Morgan will be taking your calls. He'll let me know who the winner is, and you'll get yourself a large-size Pizza Hut pizza. Being joined now by one of our good friends and coach here at Bradley Central, Mr. Eddie Frazier. Eddie, got a big event coming up this weekend.
We do, Gary. We've got our car show coming up on Saturday, just a few days later than when we were originally scheduled back in the spring. But we're trying again. We're going to try it right here Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Of course, you can come in a little bit early, but it's 9 to 2. $20 entry fee per car. Spectators are free, of course, and obviously we want to have a big crowd. People come out, bring their cars. That's always a neat event to walk through and see the vehicles and all the cars that people put so much effort into, and it's been a great event. Seeing our people, our folks that come out and support us.
What's the purpose of this?
Well, it's to raise money for our track and field program.
And you're the head coach of that?
Which is much, much needed. This has been a crazy spring for everybody, and Bradley Track is also included. We lost a couple of fundraisers last year, this event, a pancake breakfast. So it's much, much needed, but despite that, we have the same needs as a program we always do, and maybe even more with cleaning supplies and transporting our kids around. So, but hopefully, we're hoping this hurricane's going to stay away from us and give us some weather. I know, fingers crossed, but hopefully.
Yeah. Well, we invited, and what times it start?
9 a.m.
9 a.m., and it'll go basically how long?
Till about 2 o'clock. We'll probably finish a little bit before 2 o'clock, but we say 2 o'clock. It'll be somewhere in that ballpark.
That's here on Saturday, Bradley Central High School, the annual car show.
Yes, sir.
To support the Bradley Central track and field team.
Yes.
With Coach Eddie Frazier, and he'll have his other coaches, and a lot of the players are runners.
We'll be there.
Kids there, whoever.
Kids floating.
Not on
kids floating around.
Fall break or
ones
whatever.
that are in town, which is the best kind of fundraiser. Like our kids don't have to. They're not out asking everybody for mamas and papas for cookie dough and things of that nature. Just people coming uniting for a common cause.
Yep. Well, Eddie, thanks for letting us know all about that. We appreciate you taking time to do that.
It's good to hear. Good here and a good half. Good night for the Bears.
10-7, the Bears up the half over the Rebels. 10-7. Yes, so the Bears are on top here over the Rebels at the halftime break. We're going to we'll give you the trivia question now. We'll have the answer here for you, or the winner in a moment. How many state titles has Maryville won overall in their football history? If you've heard our broadcast, you should know that. Also now at halftime, we were running short pregame. We didn't have a chance to get Cannon Hall's interview on. So if you want to tune in right now, that'll be Cannon Hall's interview. You can see it, the video version of that as well on Bradley Facebook, bchs.tv, as well as YouTube. That's Cannon Hall, one of our seniors, and boy, it's a fun interview with him. He's a little different than some folks. We'll give it back to the studio right now. So Morgan, if you'll run that interview, we'll come back after that with more live coverage here at halftime with the Bears up 10-7 over the Maryville Rebels.
Bank of Cleveland, Center for Sports Medicine, and First Baptist Church of Cleveland. Also, thank you once again to the Center for Sports Medicine for their continued support of our school and our programs by providing our athletic training.
Okay.
CatnapperDirect.com is the locals only division of Jackson Furniture, based in Cleveland, Tennessee, and selling exclusively to the citizens of Bradley County. For 87 years, we have crafted comfort for the home. We are proud to offer factory direct furniture that is designed, engineered, and crafted by our team of over 1,000 hardworking employees. You may shop your style from collections of farmhouse, contemporary, traditional, and modern all in one place. Catnapper is crafted in Cleveland and available online at catnapperdirect.com. CatnapperDirect.com is the locals only division of Jackson Furniture, based in Cleveland, Tennessee, and selling exclusively to the citizens of Bradley County. For 87 years, we have crafted comfort for the home. We are proud to offer factory direct furniture that is designed, engineered, and crafted by our team of over 1,000 hardworking employees. You may shop your style from collections of farmhouse, contemporary, traditional, and modern all in one place. Catnapper is crafted in Cleveland and available online at catnapperdirect.com.
dancing with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue talking love. You remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue talking love. You remember the new love we shared today.
CatnapperDirect.com is the locals only division of Jackson Furniture, based in Cleveland, Tennessee, and selling exclusively to the citizens of Bradley County. For 87 years, we have crafted comfort for the home. We are proud to offer factory direct furniture that is designed, engineered, and crafted by our team of over 1,000 hardworking employees. You may shop your style from collections of farmhouse, contemporary, traditional, and modern all in one place. Catnapper is crafted in Cleveland and available online at catnapperdirect.com.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Do you need credit up to $4,000? With a check and a cash flex loan secured by your car title, that's exactly what you could get. Apply for the cash you need today and keep your car. At Check into Cash, a flex loan offers you the funds you need to handle some of life's bigger emergencies. Get started on your flex loan by visiting checkintocash.com/TN. Apply in-store with your car title, receive quick approval, and borrow the funds you need.
Your one-stop money shop. Check into cash.
One thing to love about the Tennessee Valley is Bradley Central Show Choir, Vocal Motion. The other thing to love is the local Geico office on Lee Highway.
You could save a lot. You can save a lot. You can save a lot. But how do you know?
Unless you call 894-2600.
Got a car? Got a boat? Got a home?
Get a quote.
Back at halftime here at Bear Stadium at Bradley Central High School, where it's a happy half. The Bears up 10-7 over the unbeaten Maryville Rebels, defending 6A state champions. Right now, let's go to Joe Ken. We're in our Southland Finance halftime show, but this is our Elders Ace Hardware scoreboard. Joe, take it away.
All right, we got a few scores going on tonight. Some teams trying to beat the Storms in. Chattanooga Central is up on East Ridge 7-6 at the end of the first quarter. Gatlinburg Pittman's up on Seymour 14-0, also at the end of the first. Hickson has a 5-0 lead on East Hamilton early in the second quarter.
That's a stunner right there.
A stunner. McMinn County is up just 7-0 on Notre Dame. Still first quarter. They just got and go a little bit ago.
How about Powell and West? You see anything on Knox Powell and West?
Powell and West is West just scored. It's 19-14 West with 6:19 to go in the second quarter.
Wow. That's a good game.
Boyd Buchanan's up on Lookout Valley 22-0 in the first quarter. The Ray County Red Bank game is called off.
Yep.
Red Bank's still dealing with the COVID on that, so Ray County picks up an easy win there. Soddy Daisy's up on Signal Mountain 7-0 midway through the first quarter. And looks like that's about all we got going so far. There's some other stuff in Middle and West Tennessee starting up a little later. But that's what we're looking at right now. And, of course, the big stunner right here at 10-7.
Well, the Bears have played a good first half on offense and defense, done extremely well, I thought. And let's go down to the field before we get Earl to Gwen Schroeder. Gwen, you're down on the field.
Hey, man.
Conditions are great for football tonight.
Yeah, this is a great night for football. Just exactly the right temperature. Not too hot, not too cold. Hey, I just want to say a thank you to everybody that watches us online. It's a big deal to put this together, and I've got some great students that analyze, decide how to best put it together, and we meet and set it all up. And it's sometimes very arduous. It was today. But I want to thank you for watching. We do it for you.
Could you identify some of those students that are
Yes, I have
working
Lauren
tonight?
Webb up on main camera tonight, and Titan Henley on Jumbotron. Lauren's friend, and I'm sorry I forgot her name, but she'll slap me later.
Yep.
In the trailer, we have DJ, and we have a very special, wonderful student, Janie Moore. She's a prodigy, and I have a high expectation for what she's capable of. And we have many other students, but this is fall break, so we have what we call our skeleton crew. But you don't see a skeleton. You see the full-on video and everything that's going on. DJ's doing a great job in the trailer. He's taking care of our sports graphics, and he's actually done a few things that I've not seen any other students do before. He might need to hang on to that position. Watch out, Janie.
Tell us where we can watch this game next week on the replay.
It will all be on online on our YouTube and Facebook channels, and those channels are BCHS Bear Network. BCHS Bear Network. That's
Okay.
the channel. And do me a favor, go on there and not just look at it, but subscribe, and that helps us. That gives us a little better look in our feed and also in the search engines. So if you wouldn't mind, and tell a friend to do the same, we thank you.
And subscription is free.
Subscription's free.
Yeah.
Now you can go on NFHS and pay if you want to. We're on there as well, but we do that mainly so we can provide a postseason games for each of our athletic sports that we cover, because we're not allowed to do that on YouTube and Facebook. But during the regular season, it is free, 100% free. We do have advertisers that help us with that, and honestly, it takes several $100s each night to put this show on. And you say, how in the world does that happen? Well, got to feed these kids. You know, and we have little cables and little, cranky things that we got to take care of each week. So our advertisers really help us, and we want you to thank them too if you see them. Thank you.
Well, I want to give a shout out to you as well for all your help in our interviews each week with our players and coaches and all you do here at the school.
Well, it's certainly good to have you back. And I want to give a shout out to Brett Whitehead. We said here earlier we were looking for him. I just remembered he's down in South Georgia.
Well, we can't be friends with him
down
anymore.
in South Georgia for the weekend. So, Brett, hope you're listening. Hope you're doing well.
Okay, let's go to Earl now for the first half stats. Earl, take it away. The Bears up 10-7 here as we get ready for the third quarter in about 3 or 4 more minutes.
All right, a great first half for the Bears. Everything was clicking, and let's hope that third and fourth quarters will be a duplicate of this first and second quarters. In the rushing department, 24 carries for the Bears, 112 yards. For Maryville, 9 carries in the rushing game, 52 yards. In the passing game, the Bears have gone to the air 6 times, completed 4 for 37 yards, no interceptions. The Rebels have gone to the air 6 times too, 5 completions for 37 yards, but they had 1 big interception by the Bears defensive secondary man, Trent Roberts. First downs, the Bears had 9, Maryville had 4. No fumbles by the Bears, 1 fumble, and that was recovered by the Bears' Rodney Williams. He's a freshman. And 1 punt for the Bears, 22 yards. No punts for Maryville. No penalties in the first half against the Bears. 1 penalty, a major 15-yarder against the Maryville Rebels. In the first half, individually rushing, Javon Burke, 16 carries. He's already been a big workhorse for the Bears. 16 carries at halftime, 91 yards for Javon. Riley Harmon's carried 4 times for 20 yards. Aiden McClary a couple of times for the other yard. In the pass receptions, Cannon Hall has had 2 catches for 10 yards. Carter Howard, a lot of times will catch 5, 4, 3 type yards, and tonight. He caught a big one for 14 yards, and Javon Burke has the other one for 13 yards. DJ Burks has 2 receptions for the Maryville Rebels, 22 yards, 3 by Noah Vaughn for 15 yards, and their workhorse in the rushing game is Parker McGill, 6 carries, 29 yards. Recapping the scoring drives real quickly, the Bears got the opening kickoff, took it downfield, picked up 1 first down, but then it played out. They had to punt. They quickly came back, and following the interception by Trent Roberts, after the fumble recovery, they got it on a drive down to the 1-yard line. Couldn't get any points out of that, but then just shortly thereafter, Trent Roberts intercepted, and they took that and took it into the end zone, 29 yards in 4 plays, with Javon Burke taking it the final 8 yards. The extra point was tacked on by Grant Haney, and at the end of the first quarter, the Bears led 7-0. In the second quarter, Maryville came right back, 73-yard drive in 11 plays. Carson Jones to DJ Burks, 6 yards for the TD. The kick was added by Corbin Price, and we were deadlocked at the 7:21 mark of the second quarter, 7-7. The Bears would have no part of a tie ball game at halftime. They came right back down the field, took it down inside the, to the 13-yard line, and with time running out, with 12 seconds to go on a 4th and 3 situation, they called on Grant Haney. He nailed a 30-yard field goal, and that's where we stand right here at halftime with the Bears, the Bradley Bears, over the Maryville Rebels, the state's number 2 ranked team, undefeated, 10-7.
And I'll tell you right now, Earl, one thing that you might want to think about is we've already scored more points on Maryville than any team has scored all year, and we did that in the first half.
That is correct.
10-7 Bears lead here. And both teams are on the field. They've had to warm up, so I think we're about ready for the kickoff. They put 3 minutes back on the scoreboard like they usually do at halftime, so they've got some more time. Let's take a 1-minute timeout here on Mix 104.1 as well as the Buzz 101.3 as we're at the South Finance halftime show. We'll be back in 60 seconds and wrap up the halftime as we get ready for the third quarter here on Mix and the Buzz. Back in 1 minute.
On something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Earl, I was talking to Damon earlier this week in our interview. He said key to winning is low-scoring defensive battle. We're 10-7 at halftime. Yep. That's probably probably our low score for the the season.
Oh, very definitely.
And it's the most points we mentioned that Maryville's given up in any game all year, and we had 10 in the first half, and they're going to receive the third.
They've had 2 turnovers. We talked about this all the time. They very seldom make mistakes, and we have made them pay at least 1 touchdown on one of those critical turnovers, but they don't usually make mistakes, but they did tonight. The Bears capitalized, so let's see. They're going to be getting the opening third quarter kick here, but hey, so far things have clicked both offensively and defensively for the Bears.
Okay, Gwen, down there, you look like you're standing right there in front of the student section. How are they feeling right now, the cheerleaders?
Well, they've been pretty lively. The cheerleaders all dressed out in pink. I guess it's Pink Out Week. And the girls have the shirts with the painted, lettering on it. I'm trying to figure out what it says. I haven't figured out yet.
How about the artificial turf the cheerleaders have down there?
That's pretty special. That alleviates a lot of problems down here, slipping and
especially on these wet nights. But
wish
this
it
is
was
good
down here on the field, though.
Yeah, don't we all? We're ready to go here with the second half kickoff. They let the clock wind down. They give a 20-minute timeout for halftime. Then they put 3 minutes back on the clock almost every single game now. And there comes the play clock winding down to 0, and the Bears will lead it 10-7 as they'll kick off left to right to the open end of the horseshoe here at Bear Stadium. Grant Haney, our young sophomore kicker, who's had a good year so far, taking over, and Aaron Rojas was injured. He'll be back. As Damon says, they have some of the most spirited competition in the place kicking because they got 5 sophomores as kickers, and they're all pretty equal. Here comes Haney's approach. It's an onside kick, and they will recover it. Maryville will. Bradley tried to pull a sneaky one on them, and Maryville recovers it to the 49-yard line, though.
Pulling out all the stops here. That caught me off guard, Gary. I never suspected an onside kick.
Wow. I didn't either.
And that shows you right there what confidence Coach Floyd has in his defense to give them. If you don't recover the onside kick, just like they have excellent field position at their own 49.
They sure do. So here they'll go in that spread formation, twins either side. If you just get underway, the first play of the third quarter, 1st and 10 Maryville, third 49, they'll put the jet sweep in motion. They will hand off to the back, coming across. He's going to turn the field. He's got 5, he's got 10, he's got 15. He nearly broke that to the house. All the way down to the Bear 30-yard line, looks like. Let's pick up a 21 yards.
15, Ringo.
And Ringo
on the tackle.
Roberts on the tackle. And we knew that to make adjustments at halftime, and the Bears will make some as well.
21 yards on that.
1st and 10 for the Rebels. So they come right out. They trail 10-7 to the Bears here. One of the few times they've been behind, but they did trail Alcoa 9-0 in the second half of that game. Pitch out to the man in motion. It'll go down to the 26. That's McGill on the carry to the 26-yard line.
On the tackle Bears, number 5, C.J. Hardy.
C.J. Hardy on the tackle for the Bears that time. It's going to be second down and about 6 to go, looks like. Ball at the 26-yard line, Bear territory. Again, the Braves won today 7-0, a 3-game sweep over the Marlins. They'll wait for the Dodgers and Padres winner. That may end tonight. I'm hoping the Padres can beat the Dodgers because, the Dodgers are just stacked. Trips to the right side this time. Let's see if the quarterback carries it himself, though. Here is the handoff. Nope, the quarterback carries. I seen that one coming. He will have 5 yards, and he'll have the first down inside the 20, about the 19-yard line, a 7-yard pickup for Jones down to the 19-yard line. Nice pickup, good call. He has caused us some problems tonight with that running ability. Sort of a quarterback draw, but they're on the move. They trail 10-7 to the Bears, just inside the 20-yard line. Looking to the sideline, they're going to change up their play. They look at the Bradley defense to see what they're going to employ. And then a lot of times other teams, especially at this level, will change the play. And exactly what they did. They signaled in with hand motions. He'll move his man out of the backfield, empty backfield. He's going to another quarterback draw going. He's going to be hit this time for a very short gain, if anything. No gain, I don't believe.
Who was that? 15 again.
That's Roberts.
Yep. He's playing good tonight.
16. That's Camden Creighton.
Yep, Cam Creighton.
One of our Bear captains. Gain of
practically
less than a yard. Yeah, 2nd and 10, no gain there. Good defensive coverage that time for the Bears. He tried to go off the right side. In the backfield now, McGill to his right. He'll have twins to the right side. Solo man left. Out wide. 9:50 to go in the third quarter play. Quarterback will roll out, keeping himself on a draw. He's going to have 5. He's going to have 10. He's got the first down all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. He is killing us with that draw.
They thought they had that on the last play. They came right back with it. And, boy, he found some running room right straight up the middle on that draw play.
First and go for the Rebels at the Bear 6-yard line, looks like. And the quarterback again on the draw. He will be hit for a short game, maybe to the 5. It's going to be second and go. Well, they're going to run him to death tonight. He's carried several times. Gain to the 5, gain of 1, second down, and go from the 5 at 9.5 to go in the third quarter. Bears up 10-7. They'll bring in 4 big hosses, 4 big heavy-set guys. This tells you they're going to run this ball, probably. Bears on the road to William Blount next week. That will be back to our 7:30 kickoff. We started 30 minutes early tonight. Yeah, tight formation, 1 solo man out to the right side. Maybe a decoy, but maybe a special play. The quarterback will run it again. And
that's McGill.
That's McGill. That's a shotgun, and it's touchdown. A direct snap to McGill. Will go for the touchdown for the Rebels at 8:32 to go, 8:52 to go here in the third. They'll take the lead again at 13-10. So, their first drive pretty crisp. And they got great field position on the onside attempt of the Bears, which was a no good. They recovered, and it was a 51-yard drive in, 3 minutes and 8 seconds, I suppose. Kick is up, and that kick is good. Timeout on the field. 14-10. The Rebels now lead the Bears. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the Rebel kickoff. Back in 30. Back at Bear Stadium, the Bears now trail 14-10 at 8:52 to go. Very crisp play that time, Earl. 51 yards after the failed onside attempt of the Bears, which caught all of us by surprise, I guess, except Maryville.
Yep, and they kept it on the ground. 51-yard drive, 7 plays. And Jones hurt us on some quarterback draws. Had a 7-yarder, a 13-yarder, and McGill scores the touchdown from 5 yards out. And for the first time in the game, the Rebels take the lead, 14-10.
Long kick go into the end zone, and the Bears will bring it out to the 20, where it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bears. Now trailing at 14-10. So let's see what the Bears have cooked up. Both teams make adjustments halftime in games like these. Obviously, Maryville, their quarterback draw has worked really good tonight. A little pass out in the flat, a little crossing patterns worked good for them as well. And the Bears have relied on the ground game for the most part. Have we completed any passes tonight? Yeah. Carter Howard caught the one for a first down. The first
4 for 6.
4 for 6 for the Bears. So here come the Bears with McCleary and Burke in the backfield. Burke to the left side of McCleary. Twins left side this time. Yeah, the shotgun, of course. Bears 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line at 8:32 to go in the period. Snap to McCleary, hands off to Burke, and he will be hit and spins Friedman 1 or 2, gets Friedman another 1 or 2. Now he's got 5. He's going to have 6, 7, 8 yards. And he was hit in the backfield for a loss.
And by 2 guys, and 2 different guys.
Almost a 9-yard pickup. It's going to be 2nd down and a yard and a half, maybe, no, a yard to go. He's to the 29.
Yep. 9-yard run, and by all indications, he should have had at least a 3-yard loss. He was hit twice. He broke both of those tackles on his own. He didn't have blocking then. He's found his blocking pretty well, but that time it was just all Javon, and he should have had a loss on the play.
He'll stay. No, now we got Riley Harmon in the backfield for the Bears, giving Burke on the jet sweep. There's a flag. That's going to be on the Bears. That's going to be 5 yards. Our first penalty of the night.
First penalty.
Comes at the start of the 3rd quarter on our play. Looks like probably motion. Yep, motion on the Bears. 5-yard mark off. That'll make it 2nd and 6. Back to the 24-yard line. That didn't hit us. But pretty good, though, just that one penalty.
Yep. I'll take into the 3rd quarter with only 5 yards of penalties any night, and Coach Floyd will too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just, you've got to expect a few little mistakes. But 24, we're still in pretty good shape here. 3rd down on about 6.
We have trips to the right side this time as we overload. It'll be a snap, handoff to McCleary. He's going to toss it out in the flat. It's going to be complete, trying to get free, and he's not going to make it. And he'll be down at the 24, so no gain. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now. That was caught by
number 20.
Dugan.
Yep, Taylor Dugan.
Taylor Dugan, one of the Dugan boys. They had a bunch of those here. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Bears. Clock's at 7:21 now in the 3rd quarter play. 14-10, Rebels on top of the Bears in what's been a really good, tight defensive battle for the most part. Not a wide-open offensive game like we've seen sometimes in the past, but right now, Rebel fans trying to get their guys fired up. Bradley with Twins left side now. Snap to McCleary. He will drop back the pass. He's going to be chased out of the pocket. He's going to have to throw it. And he will throw it. No, he's going to run it and step out of bounds. And he will be knocked short. Line of scrimmage. Yep, it's going to be still 4th and 6 now for the Bears, and they'll punt her away. Nobody open that time for him to throw it to, and he went to the narrow side of the field and didn't have a whole lot of options except to run it out of bounds or take a lick. And I would take it out of bounds if I were him too. Back deep.
The first down is going to be 4th and 6.
It's going to be a single man for the Rebels. I can't see his number right now, but looks like 8.
Number 6.
6. Nick Daigle. Back deep to return Braden Clark's punt. It's a Cleveland Utilities power punt. How many times we only punted a time or two now?
Yeah, only once.
Here's a second, a low line drive that he's going to field and be hit immediately.
Oh, yes, baby. Number 16, Cam Creighton. Who else?
He didn't want to fair catch that, but boy, man, he nailed him as he caught it.
Talk about good timing on the part of Cam. Immediately when he touched it.
29-yard punt for Cam that time. It was a low line drive. No opportunity to return it, so they'll have 1st and 10 at their 47. 6:48 in to go in the third. They lead it 14-10. Need a stop here, guys. Need a stop. The Rebels ready to roll now. Carson Jones at quarterback. He's got McGill in the backfield. Trips to the right side. Bears with 3 down linemen. 1 linebacker poised to blitz. They will hand off. Nope, it'll pass out in the flat. It's going to be complete and hit and held on to. He's going to get nothing, and boy, he's going to be punished. Good shoestring
DJ Burks.
Tackle. Burks on the catch. And one of the Bears had him around the foot and wouldn't let him go. And here come about 3 or 4 more and pummel him.
Number 25 was one of our guys there.
Yeah, number 8 on his foot. That was awesome.
8 on the freshman Marcus Goree on his foot then.
As Knox Watson also went on.
Another sophomore and a freshman in on the tackle there. Gain of half a yard. Just call it second and a long 9 to go for the Rebels at 6:04 to go now. Or 6:14 to go in the third. Trips working to the left side this time. Jones ready for the snap, takes it, going to step back to pass out in the flat. It's going to be complete. Hit, but he spins free. He's got the first down to the Bear 40-yard line or so. Maybe the 41 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 1st and 10 after the gain. That's Daigle on the catch.
Yeah, he's been quiet tonight.
Knox Watson on the tackle for the Bears.
He was one of their starting wide receivers last year. That's his first reception.
41-yard line where it's 1st and 10 for the Rebels as they try to maintain another drive. Exactly 6 minutes on the third quarter clock here. They'll overload to the left side this time. Jones steps up. They're changing plays at the line of scrimmage. He'll back away with McGill to his left side. Takes a snap. Hands it off to McGill. He's hit immediately, and he will lose a yard or so. Back to the 42. The middle of the line, set him back. It's going to be 2nd down and 11 to go. Got to watch out for the quarterback draw here, guys. They burn us with that over and over tonight. 2nd down and 11 to go.
Yeah, they're going to give him a couple of yards lost, Gary.
Yeah,
that's
2nd and 12.
12 yards.
Back to the 43-yard line in Bear territory. 14-10 Rebels. And we'll have to see who they play next week. I'm not sure. I had it here somewhere, but we'll look at that a little bit later. 2nd down and 12 to go. Same formation as the last. They overload to the left side. They'll have McGill, though, to the right side of the quarterback. Now they'll shift him back to the left side. The snap to Jones, hands off to McGill. He's going to hit the middle, have short yardage, and be brought down after a gain of about 5, looks like, down to the 36. He's going to be a gain of 7. That's McGill down to the 36-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and still a good 6 as C.J. Hardy on the tackle for the Bears that time. C.J. has had an outstanding year defensively for the Bears. Came here as a junior last year out of Kentucky. And he has really improved this year defensively. 3rd down and closer to 5 than 6, I guess, at the Bear 36-yard line. Clock's at 4:44 to go now in the third quarter play. Maryville 14-10 over the Bears. Jones again changing the plays. He'll back away now. He's got 4 guys out to the left side. Puts a man in motion left to right. He'll stop it at the center. McGill, nope, Jones on the keeper. He'll run forward. He'll be close, but I don't think he's got the first.
I don't think he made it. Nope, he didn't.
Going to be 4th down for the Rebels and a yard to go after a gain from the 36 to the 32. And C.J. Hardy again on the tackle for the Bears. Going to be 4th down and 1. Big play for the Bears. Watch the quarterback here.
And 1 for the Bears defense.
Let's see what the play call is going to be for the Rebels. They will line up under center this time. Tight formation, really tight formation. Jones will take the snap from and it's a pitch back to the tailback. He's going to have it.
Oh, it's going to be close.
Oh, depends on the spot. Depends
I think they're going to give him a good spot. They're coming in at just inside the 31. He's got to get to the 31.
Boy, he is right at it. No signal from anybody.
No, they're going to measure.
And they're going to measure it. What's it look like from here, Earl? I can't tell.
It's going to be close. I would venture. I think they've got it.
Yeah.
Looks like they got it from here too.
Yeah, I was looking where the first down marker was at back here on the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's across the 31, and he had to get to the 31.
I don't think there's any question about them getting this one.
But this is why they have the chains.
That's exactly right. Oh, I don't know. Oh, he got it.
Oh, yeah.
Barely.
For the football.
Oh, that's cruel.
Oh, my. That would have been a big stop.
Well, gallant effort on the part of the Bears right there. No doubt. They knew what was coming.
Yep.
It was strength against strength. And he did pick up 1 yard. Get a new series of downs at the Bear 31.
1st and 10 Rebels, 3:45 to go in the third. They're driving into Bear territory at the 31-yard line. And right now they'll look to the sidelines once again, changing plays with Jones under center. Now he's in the shotgun. Looks like McGill to his left. He will hand off. Nope. He will pass out in the flat. It's going to be complete again. That little pass is burning us down to the 25, on to near the 20-yard line. He'll have another first down, depending on the spot.
That was to Daigle, Nick Daigle.
And that's going to be right at the marker for a 1st and 10.
Yeah, I think that's a first.
They're going to eyeball this and see what the official says. Going to measure it again. It's close enough to measure. It's right at where they got the first down before. And this is either going to be a couple inches short or a couple inches good for the first down.
We have an official timeout.
You have to bring the chains all the way across the field. I worked the chain gang a lot here, and that's not a lot of fun to have to walk all the way across the field.
For their support of our athletic programs,
3:09 to go in the third.
Bank of Cleveland, Center for Sports Medicine, and First Baptist Church of Cleveland.
And they're going to stretch the chains here. And it's going to be very, very close, no matter which way it goes. Here they go, stretch them out, and he's got the first, it looks like. Yep. 1st and 10, barely. They had to measure the last two. Not had many Andrew B. Morgan losses penalties tonight, thank goodness. Andrew, I hate to not call your name. We appreciate you as a sponsor, but he's had just a couple, I guess, tonight.
Andrew has done a lot of good tonight, winning those cases without any dispute. I like it. We'll give him credit.
There you go.
That's good.
No penalties.
Yeah. So here we go. 1st and 10 of the Rebels now at the Bear 21, just outside the 20, closer to the 20, actually, it looks like. And looks like you'll have McGill in the backfield again. Jones has burned the Bears here on his keeper. Pass out in the flat. That's another place kill us. And here's a Burks. He's got 5. He's got 10. He's going to go to the end zone.
Goodness.
Touchdown.
He's quick.
Yep. He got loose out there around the corner and took it in for the score. And Maryville takes a 20-10 lead here in the third period. 20-10. Rebels on top of the Bears. Yep. Boy, that pass right there has been a back-breaking play for the Bears tonight on the defense. And the extra point attempt coming up. Looks like that's number 84, I think is who that is. Kicks those.
91.
Well, it's not 84. Corbin Price, his kick is up. They don't miss kicks, folks, and they don't miss this one. Time on the field. 21-10 our score. Rebels up by 11 points over the Bears at 2:55 to go here in the third. We're back with the kickoff in 30 seconds as the Bears will regain possession. Back in 30.
Brown Central Bears 10.
Back at Bear Stadium, a 21-10 lead now for the Rebels. And Gwen, got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, this might be a good time for a snack break, some barbecue or something.
Whoa.
Get a little oomph out on the field and not look so flat. I think what's going on is the linebackers are keying on the quarterback on that central run.
Yeah.
And leaving the sides spare a little bit.
They burned us with that pretty good tonight. And speaking of barbecue, Buddy's Barbecue.
Oh my gosh, I know.
All you can eat ribs tomorrow, Saturday, $12.99 on Paul Hood Parkway. Don't forget about them, folks. Here's a kickoff for the Rebels. That again into the end zone. High, booming kick. They just don't give you a chance to return it.
Yeah. And it's 8 and 10 yards deep in the end zone.
Gwen, with your wife out of town this week on the fall break, how many times have you been over to Buddy's this week?
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't. When my daughters are at home and they want something different, they're not big on the barbecue. But if it's always my turn, and it will be now that Debbie's back, it will be.
There you go.
And I could stop there on the way home.
Hey, not a bad idea there. That's on Paul Huff Parkway. Buddy's Barbecue, one of our great sponsors here for our football program. Here come the Bears now, trailing at 21-10. 2:55 to go in the third. And we'll see what they're going to play on offense now.
Javon.
Handoff. That's Javon into the middle. He's going to have a few yards out across to the 24. A 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Bears, who will be on the road to William Blount next week. We'll have our pregame coach beginning at 6 p.m. next week rather than 5:30 like we had today. Kickoff at 7:30 with the Governors of William Blount. Another region matchup for the Bears next week. Trips to the left side this time for the Bears. 2nd down and 6. So they're going to pass it. They're going to check off to a play. Aiden McClary steps forward. He's got in the backfield. Burke still back there with him. He, of course, is a twin of Javon. Here's a handoff to Burke. He will spin free from one guy somehow, and he's up the 25, still side. He's got the first down. Oh, my goodness. The old
Javon is something else, isn't he?
I'm telling you, Quinn.
That's just sheer effort.
Yeah.
My goodness.
That's just backyard type football. He had no blocking again, Gary. None.
I could hear the Chris Berman whoop.
Be a 1st and 10 for the Bears, and Cleveland Ford out to the 33-yard line. So that's a nice 9-yard pickup for Javon, who again tonight is doing his thing for the Bears. 21-10 at 2:10 to go now in the 3rd. Clock stopped. He ran out of bounds that time. Twins left side to stack formation, both sides again. They're going to change places, see if they stay in the stack. They will stay in the stack with, is that Riley Harmon in the backfield now for the Bears? Looks like it's Riley. And here is a delayed call. Aiden McClary is going to take off and run himself, and he will gain nothing.
Yep, he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yep, 2nd
That's
down
one
and
of
10.
those where you run 10 yards and no gain.
Our winner tonight, Ellie James, on the Pizza Hut large size pizza. You knew the answer is 17 state titles for the Maryville Rebels. 17. Folks, that is unheard of unless you're from Alcoa, and they've got more than that. But Maryville has 17 state titles, including last year. They've won 2 of the last 3 years under Coach Derek Hunt, who's there in his 4th season now. So the Bears 2nd and 10 to go at their 33, trailing at 21-10. This is a big, big drive right here, folks. The Bears really need to get back and pick up a score here. McClary's pass across middle, complete to Cannon Hall, the 40 to the 45, trying to get free to the 50.
Come on, Cannon.
And still fighting, and he's going to be knocked down behind at the 48-yard line. A big, big pickup from the 33 to the 48.
19 yards.
19-yard gain. 1st and 10 for the Bears and Cleveland Ford. And I hope you heard our halftime interview with Cannon Hall I recorded earlier this week. We didn't have time to play it in pregame. That's out there on the internet, on YouTube and BCHS TV and Bear Network.
He's a great kid.
He sure is, and he had a great interview.
He was due. He was due for that right there.
Yes, and he was open. He is fast. He says he may not be the fastest. Here's a low snap picked up, and here's Burke trying to get free to the 50, down to the 45, on to the 44.
He followed his block in excellent fashion right there. And picks up another, 5 yards?
2nd and 5 for the Bears now at the Rebel 44-yard line. Clock's at 1:26 now in the 3rd. Joe, any updates on any of the scores have been falling like McMinn or 36-0 another? That's going to be their 6th running clock game out of 7. They lead 36-0 over Notre Dame. Bears 2nd down and they say 2nd and 6. They've got to get to the 38 or so. Burke on the handoff through the middle. He's got it at 40, 35 to the 30, and still going down to the 28-yard line.
Juke and move there, too, on the part of Javon.
My goodness, he's fast, hits the hole. And that line continues to open up big holes for Burke.
16 yards, but Javon again there.
Clock's under a minute now, 56 seconds to go. 1st and 10 Bears at the Rebel 28-yard line.
1st and 10.
This is one of those make-or-break drives. Could make this game for you if you can score. You're down 21-10 right now. Bears are going to check off once more. Clock running at 40 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter play. McClary has a new call. He's got twins left side, single man right. Burke in the backfield on his left. He will hand off to Burke. He will dance through there. He'll have short yardage down to about the 26, and what's probably going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Give him a 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7 to go. Tackle that time for the Rebels by Brock Garner. And that will end the 3rd quarter play here on Mix 104.1 and the Buzz 101.3. After 3, Maryville 21, Bradley Central 10, and we'll return in 1 minute with period number 4 here on the Buzz and Mix. Back in 60 seconds.
starting the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Yep.
4, 3, 2. Back at Bear Stadium here on Mix 104.1 and the Buzz. Game supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. Again, the fourth quarter of play. And it's been a really clean played game. We've had minimum penalties on either side.
One each way.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
Unbelievable.
And other than those 2 turnovers in the first quarter, it's been error-free since then. And a well-played football game. It's very enjoyable. It's not tense. There's no friction. This is what high school football is supposed to be about right here.
Yeah.
It's a very enjoyable football game. The Bears, in order to make things exciting, need to put another touchdown on the board here. Hey, it's been great so far. It's 21-10 Maryville right now after the Bears led at halftime, 10-7. And the Bears have the ball, moving it at the Maryville 26-yard line.
Second down, 8 to go. Out of an empty backfield now. McCleary with a low snap, drops back to pass, little screen pass underneath.
Cannon Hall.
Cannon Hall. He's not going to get
nowhere.
Anything. He's going to lose yardage, actually. Going to be tackled, a yard loss of 1. It looks like back to the 27.
Yep.
28, maybe.
Birchfield
on the tackle for the
They're going to give him
Rebels.
27.
And it's going to be 3rd down and 9 to go for the Bears now. Big series right here. They've got to get the first down, keep the drive alive. You know this is probably going to be a pass here. That little bubble screen underneath there, and they smell that one coming. 21-10, the Rebels lead the Bears here in the fourth period now, 11:21 to go.
They're going to have Cannon and Javon on the same side along with Carter Howard. So, definitely a passing situation here, 3rd and 9, Gary.
It's like Braden Clark on the far side over there. And now time's going to be called by the Bears. They realize this is an important.
This is a crucial one right here.
A Taziki's timeout call on the field at 11:07 to go in the fourth. Let's take a 1-minute timeout here on the Buzz, as well as My Mix 104.1. Back in 60 seconds.
One thing to love about the Tennessee Valley is Bradley Central Show Choir, Vocal Motion. The other thing to love is the local Geico office on Lee Highway.
You could save a lot. You could save a lot. You could save a lot. But how do you know?
Unless you call 894-2600.
Got a car? Got a boat? Got a home?
Get a quote.
Folks, here we go. Big play for the Bears. 3rd down and 9 to go from the Rebel 27-yard line.
And Joe and I are both of the opinion you're going to have to look for Cannon Hall or Javon one on a pass play of 10, 12 yards.
Back goes McCleary. Going to be rushed, pass across the middle, complete to Cannon Hall.
There it is.
And he's going to have is that Cannon or?
That's Javon.
Javon, number 3 rather than 2. That's a 1st and 10 for the Bears down to the Rebel 12-yard line, which is 1st and 10 for Cleveland Ford. Big play, great call by Matt Moody and Coach Lloyd that time.
That is true. Down to the 12-yard line, 15-yard pass to your bread and butter man. That's Javon Burke for 15 yards and a 1st down.
Big play. He was open there in the middle, too, and Aiden ripped it in there to him. So a good play on 3rd down and long. Now 1st and 10 for the Bears. Clock's running at 10:39 in the game. 21-10, Rebels on top of the Bears. 21-10 our score. Bears trying to cut into that lead, which is 11 points. Love to get a touchdown here. Jet sweep in motion. There's they fumbled the ball. And did we lose it?
I think so. That was Aiden trying to hand to Cannon Hall coming around on the sweep. He didn't find the handle.
We got the ball back. The Bears maintained possession somehow. Wow.
Boy, we dodged a bullet there.
Lost 6-7 yards back to the 19 from the 12, 7-yard loss, but it was a low snap that messed it up to start with. McCleary had to bend over and pick it up, and he sort of collided with Javon there.
With the Cannon Hall.
Or Cannon Hall, I'm sorry, and then they sort of, we were lucky to get that back, folks. I'll just tell you. 2nd and 17 now for the Bears. With Burke in the backfield. Twins either side. Hand off to Burke. He'll hit the middle. He's going to have some yardage into the middle, down to about the 16-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 14 to go now.
By number 35.
9:50 to go in the game. Bears 3rd and long, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 14 looks like, from the Rebel 16-yard line. Oh, huge. That was a huge loss right there.
Yep, it goes as a recovered fumble, no turnover, but boy, when you fumble, it really fouls you up.
Yep.
7-yard loss, big difference on the play.
And here go the Bears out of the shotgun. McCleary hands off to Burke. He's going to run on the left side. He's down to the 15. He's down to the 10. He is running over people down inside about the 8-yard line. It's going to be short. It's going to be 4th down at about the Maryville 7. And you got to kick a field goal here, Earl, don't you?
It's a 4th.
Field goal team. Yep.
Yeah. With this much time, 9 minutes to go in the ball game.
4th and about 5 to go. Ball's at the 7-yard line. They wouldn't call a fake field goal, would they?
I don't think so.
Got to have a holder out there, Dugan. Get out there. There he goes. Now the Bears are going to have to call. No, timeout Maryville. Maryville calls time. Okay. A Taziki's timeout called by Maryville for some reason. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They got 11 guys out there, but we'll take one with them at 8:55 to go here in the 4th quarter now. A Taziki's timeout for the Bears here on Mix 104.1 and the Buzz 101.3. We'll be back in just 30 seconds with more live coverage.
Church of Cleveland.
Maryville had 12 guys out there that come out of the timeout, and he got off the field and scrambled. Here's
25-yard field goal attempt.
Grant Haney's kick. It's high. It's perfect. Yep. It is good. Yes, it is good. Timeout on the field at 8:50 to go now in the game. 21-13. The Bears are pulled within 8. 21-13 our score. And we'll take a quick 30 again and be back with the kickoff for the Bears here in just 30 seconds here on Mix 104.1 and the Buzz 101.3. Back in a half minute. Ready for the Bear kickoff now, and at 8:50 to go in the game, 21-13. Bears down by 8. Gwen, down there, the Bears just couldn't get that snap together. It really hurt them.
No, but what a luxury to have a quality kicker put in that situation, and that was a great blessing. We're still in this.
Who's just a sophomore. That's
right.
Best thing about it. And here is his kickoff, Grant Haney. And the approach this time will be a high kick, going to be taken about the 14 to the 15, 20, 25, and going to, well, he stumbles and falls forward about the 32 or so, looks like. 33 maybe. It'll be first 10 for the Rebels. They lead at 21-13 by 1 touchdown now.
50-0 now.
50-0.
McMahon Cherokee's up 50-0 over Notre Dame, who is not very good this year, but Cherokee's boy. And they're coming here in 2 weeks, folks, so get ready for it. Game number 9.
And, you know, I've heard a lot of folk, they think up McMahon way that they can beat, this is the year they're going to beat Maryville.
Well, they host them this year, so that's coming up for their week 9 for them, week 10 for us when we play Maryville. And here's a quarterback keeper again. He's got 5, he's got 10, 15, 20. Man, he's away. 40, 35, 30. And he'll be finally ran out of bounds. No flags on the play all the way down to the Bear. Inside the 20. Mercy. He gives a great decoy. Going to back him up to the 21, I believe. Yep, outside, out of bounds at the 21.
Yep.
Or it's first and 10 on a huge gain.
22 now they're going to mark it.
From the 33, that's 17 plus 28 more. 45 yards. Man, back-breaking run. He has killed us tonight. He's a junior, isn't he, Jones?
Yes.
Now, so here's Maryville leading at 21-13. Our score with 8:36 to go. Clock stopped the out-of-bounds play. Jones steps up, changes play. As his running back to his right hip, he will take the snap. He will hand off to McGill into the middle. He's got 5. He's got 10. He's gone to the house. No, he's going to be caught down inside the 10. It's McGill down to about the Bears 6-yard line, where it's going to be a first and goal. So a 16-yard pickup for McGill and the Rebels that time.
Boy, 2 quick running plays just kill you.
This is where the defense really was hoping to get a shutdown drive, but it's gone the other way for the Rebels, who are capable of doing that to about anybody. But right now they lead at 21-13 at 8:15 in the game now. First and goal for them at the Bear 6-yard line. Jones continued out of the shotgun. The snap, he'll hand off to McGill in the middle. He's hit immediately, and he will actually maybe lose a yard.
That was
That's going to be Gage Anderson.
Gage Anderson,
who's had a good game tonight and had a great game last week. Had a pick 6 last week. Back to the 7-yard line. He did lose a yard. Second and goal from the 7-yard line. Can't really give him a score of any kind here with 7:43 to go. You're down by 8. But boy, it's been a battle tonight for the Bears. Got to be proud of their effort tonight. Jones again changing plays. He will take the snap. He will hand off again, hit the middle, and he'll be hit for a 1-yard gain down to the 6th. Third and goal from the 6-yard line. They're running to the center of the field. They're going to think, if we don't score in a hole in the middle, we're going to get a field goal at least.
Yep. And they're trying to make it a 2-score game here, get off that 8-point deficit.
From the 6-yard line.
From the 6 again, third and goal. Clock's now at 7:06 and continues to run. It is going to become a factor here, especially if they score either way, touchdown or field goal. And they're draining that play clock as far as they can. It's down to 11 right now. Looking to the sidelines, going to change the plays again. Maybe they're changing, or maybe they're using decoys just to kill some time. Play clock's at 3, 2.
They're going to have to call time.
And there it is. So they'll take a timeout. At 6:44 in the game, we'll take a timeout with them on behalf of Tzatziki's. And we'll return in 1 minute here on Mix 104.1 and the Buzz 101.3. Back in 60 seconds.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart. See you, only blue dog can love you. Remember how the new love was here to stay. Now December, now the love we shared in September. Only blue dog can love you. Remember the new love we shared today.
Okay, here we go. Maryville. Third down and 6. Third and goal from the Bear 6. They come out in a different formation this time after they call timeout. It'll be the pass into the middle. It's going to be incomplete. And there's pass interference on the Bears. That was a good call. He was all over him that time, so it's going to give them a half the distance. It's not an automatic first down, I don't think, in high school. Mark it off. Roberts, I think, is who it was called on this. And Andrew B. Morgan losses penalty. Yep, you're getting punted around by your attorney. See Andrew, he'll help you get out of that mess and get a quicker resolution for you there.
The 6 down to the 3.
It's going to be third goal. Repeat
down.
Not an automatic first down in high school. It is in college. So third and goal now from the 3. And here we go with Maryville. 6:40 to go. Clock is running. They're going to take a long time to snap it. Play clock's at 10. Taking advantage of every single thing they can. Now it's down to 5, 4. Well, they're taking their time. It's 3. Boy, can snap it right at 1. They do. McGill in the middle. He's going to be hit and stopped shy. It's going to be 4th and goal. He's not in. It's fourth down.
Got about a yard.
1 yard line. Marking it at the 1. 4th and goal for the Rebels from the 1. Now, will they go for it or will they try a field goal? Decision time, and they're going to go for the field goal. No, they're going to put in the big hogs, try to push it in. Boy, a big defensive stand needed by the Bears right here at 6:18.
This is a gamble, I tell you.
Yeah.
They've got a little chip shot to get them 3 points with the clock at 6 minutes. So if they don't make this, the Bears are in a one-score game.
Yeah, sure are. And let's see if they're really going to go for this. Yeah, it looks like they are. They're going to line up in a tight bunt formation. Direct snap now to McGill, looks like. There it is. He's going to go forward, and he is going to leap.
He did not.
Yeah,
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Touchdown. He went high, leaped over the line, and they gave him credit for falling into the end zone. And Maryville pushed the lead at 5:52 now to 27-13. That's McGill with a touchdown. 27-13, Rebels over the Bears.
Now, he got a chest full of number 5 on that, but his momentum did pull him over.
They'll try the extra point. They lead it by 14 right now. This will push it to 15 with 5:52 to go in the fourth period now. In a Region 2 6A big matchup here. Here's their kick. It is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field. We'll take a 30-minute timeout and return in just 30 with a kickoff here to the Bears. 28-13 to score. Back in 1/2 minute.
CatnapperDirect.com is the locals only division of Jackson Furniture, based in Cleveland, Tennessee, and selling exclusively to the citizens of Bradley County. For 87 years, we have crafted comfort for the home. We are proud to offer factory direct furniture that is designed, engineered, and crafted by our team of over 1,000 hardworking employees. You may shop your style from collections of farmhouse, contemporary, traditional, and modern all in one place. Catnapper is crafted in Cleveland and available online at catnapperdirect.com.
28-13, and Gwen, if there was a time we need to drive, right now is it.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Maryville makes those 4 or 5 plays they run over and over again look really good, but we got some of those too.
Those 2 long plays, one by the quarterback on the run and the other by McGill, has really broke our back on that scoring drive. Here comes a kickoff, a high booming kick. Will this one get into the end zone? Yes, it will. You can't return it. So it'll be the Bears' first 10 once again from the 20. That's a weapon in itself. And Earl, recap the drive.
67 yards, 7 plays, and right off the bat, Jones on that keeper that was the big play from the 33, 45-yard run down to the 22, and then the very next play, Parker McGill for 16, and they were in business at the 6. It took them longer to go from the 6 into the end zone than it did to navigate those first 61 yards, Gary.
Bears down 28-13, 5:52 in the game. You know we're going to be passing now. You don't have time to grind it out on the ground right now.
No, you got to have 2 scores in 5:52.
And a 2-point conversion just to tie it. The snap to McClary. He will hand off. No, Burke's going to run it. No, that's going to be.
Yeah, he lost the ball.
A fumble. That's Burke, ain't it? But a fumble. I believe the Bears got it back. Well, let's see. Maryville jumps up and says
they have it.
Let's see, do they?
Yes, indeed. The referee has just signaled.
So the third turnover of the season for the Bears comes at the worst possible time at their 24-yard line. First turnover since game number 2, and we're in game 7
Javon is coming out limping.
Maybe he won't fumble the ball.
Holding his chest like he took a lick.
Yeah, he sure is. Probably got their breath knocked out of him at least, so he'll take a blow and try to regain his momentum. So Maryville first and 10 now at the Bear 23-yard line. Boy, that was a killer right there. Maryville's already up by 15. They'll have it out of the shotgun with 5:40 now in the game. Hands off. Nope, pass out in the flat. It's going to be complete. And he'll have the first down to the Bear 10-yard line, looks like. And there's a flag.
Late
flag.
On the reception.
It's a dead ball foul, I believe, right here on someone. Not sure who.
For a Maryville first down. But penalty marker is on the field.
Personal foul. No, what is it? It didn't seem like a personal foul. It's on the Bears, I believe. Well, Rebels are backing up, though. Must be on Maryville.
Yeah, they are.
Elias with one man downfield. Yeah, that's going to be that's a loss of down play, I think.
Boy, that negates a first down and a nice 12, 14-yard gain.
I guess that's repeat first down. Okay.
20 back to the 28-yard line.
1st and 15 now at the Bear 28. Clock's at 5:30 and running.
First down and 15.
Maryville up 28-13 here in the 4th period of play. Coach Floyd will be up to talk to us after this game. Trips to the right side for the Rebels. Jones looking to pass. He's going to be chased a little underneath the bubble. He's going to have 5, 10, 15. He's going to go, and a touchdown for the Rebels. Great call, wide open left side. And I'm not sure who caught that. Vaughn caught it. And he'll take it 27 yards for a Maryville touchdown. They'll jump up to a 34-13 lead now, 21 points at this point. Tell the announcer over there. 5:07 to go in the game. 34-13 our score. PAT attempt coming up for the Rebels.
Seemed like we were just doing this.
Yeah, and we were. And the kick is good. And with timeout on the field, 35-13 our score. We'll be back with the Rebel kickoff in just 30 seconds here on Mix 104.1 and the Buzz 101.3. We're game supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. Back in 30.
$1 hamburger.
Getting ready for another Maryville kickoff here as they pull away from the Bears here in the second half. They were trailing 10-7 at halftime. So that means they picked up 28 points. The Bears have only picked up the 1 field goal here in the second half.
Yeah, 45 seconds. 45 seconds after scoring a previous touchdown. They go 28 yards after a Bear fumble and in 2 quick plays. And, boy, it's pretty well out of reach now.
You can't give Maryville the ball deep in your territory, and the Bears paid the price for that fumble that time by Javon. He was, in all fairness, it's come off. This is another kick into the end zone. Every kick has been unreturnable tonight for the Rebels. And the Bears will take them once again at their own 20-yard line here at 5:07 to go in the game, down 35-13. Earl, a recap. It didn't take long to recap that drive, did it?
Nope. They recover a fumble, and in 2 quick plays, 28 yards for the touchdown on the pass from Jones to Vaughn. 28 yards, kick again by Corbin Price, and it's 35-13.
Bears now in desperate plight, trailing it by 22 points, 3 scores with 5:07 to go in the game. All they can do is try to get happy and get some long pass plays here. Burke's back in there. He's going out to receiver in the slot back position there. Cannon Hall out wide right. Looks like Braden Clark also out wide. In the backfield is Riley Harmon, along with McClary at quarterback. Carter Harrod shifts right to left in the H-back position. The snap to McClary, a low snap, pass out in the flat. It's going to be complete to Cannon Hall, but he'll go down immediately after about a 6-yard gain to the 26, where it's going to be 2nd down and 4 to go for the Bears. I'm going to back him up to the 25, actually. So a 5-yard gain on the pass to Cannon Hall. And he stayed inbounds. The clock is running just across the 25-yard line. 2nd down and right at 5 to go. Harmon still in the backfield for the Bears. They will hand off to Harmon. He'll try to skirt around there, and he gets free. He's going to have the 1st down on his own effort up to the 30-yard line, to the 32. It'll be a 1st and 10. He'll stay in bounds, so he'll move the chains and crank the clock. But a 1st and 10 for the Bears and Cleveland Ford. Bears have gave a great account of themselves tonight. Rebels just a little too much to overcome here at this point. 35-13, clock's at 4.5 now in the game.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line.
McClary has the Bears set. They got one wide out way over to the right side all by himself. Twins left. And in the backfield, looks like Harmon again. He'll put Burke in motion on a jet sweep, but McClary back to pass, looking to throw long. Going to roll out now. He will keep the ball, and he couldn't pitch it. He should have pitched it, but he didn't pitch it. So he's going to get 1 yard to the 32, where it'll be 2nd down, and 9 to go.
Number 16.
Well, going to give him a couple yards. Let's call it 2nd down and 8 after a gain of 2. Ball's at the 33-yard line. Clock rolls under 4 now at 3:50 to go. Bears on the road to William Blount next week, where we'll have the call beginning at 6 o'clock live from the press box there. Kickoff at 7:30 next week, back to our regular time, and that will be a Friday game. We'll look at the rest of the schedule here in a moment. Here's a pitch out in the flat. It's going to be trying to shake free. He does, a 35 to the 40, and he's going to be getting the first down, I believe, up to the 42. Yep. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bears, and Cleveland Ford.
Yeah.
Burke picks up 10 yards to the 42-yard line. They'll move the chains. Clock at 3:24 and running. Daigle on the tackle for the Rebels. Rebels just keep on doing their thing year after year after year. They're relentless. It's frustrating, but hey, you got to give them credit. They are fine. Best program in the state, if you ask me, folks. No doubt about it.
No doubt.
Empty backfield now for McClary. They'll look to the sidelines to change. Trips right side. Twins left. Everybody going deep. This should be a long pass here. Back goes McCleary. Pass across the middle is going to be incomplete, and it was intended for Hall, knocked away by number 83, and that is Jason Maneker on the defensive breakup.
That is the first pass that has not been completed in the second half for either club.
Wow.
Amazing.
That will stop the clock, make it 2nd down and 10 for the Bears at their 42, with the clock showing 2:50 now in the game. Don't forget, Saturday, pretty big game down between the hedges.
Yeah.
Volunteers and the Bulldogs of Georgia.
And I really believe this is the first time that we may win or lose, but the first time that I believe we could have a shot at really playing with the Bulldogs.
Well, let's hope so. Here's a handoff to Burke, who'll hit the middle. He'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good yards before they throw him back down the field. Guys, blow the whistle.
Yeah. I mean, that's 8-10 yards pushing him back.
He'll get 5. Going to be 2nd and 5. And Gwen, who you got your money on? The Bulldogs or the Vols Saturday?
Yeah, I never vote against Tennessee.
You're my kind of guy there. I think we got a good shot to win down there if we play our game.
Absolutely.
Big
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
How is it that we were playing at 7 tonight, and that's not a normal thing?
I think because it was originally scheduled for that Knoxville TV broadcast. They play all their games at 7 on Thursday.
I kind of like it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I would not disagree with it at all. Complete Cannon Hall. He's at the midfield. He's down the 45. Got the first
out of
down.
bounds.
And see, Gwen, if we have these early games, we can eat before the game and eat after the game.
And eat after the game.
On the road games, you know.
That's right.
Not that we like to eat or anything. But
so who do we petition?
Yeah, there we go. 1st and 10 for the Bears, and Cleveland Ford at the Maryville 45-yard line, just touching the stripe there. Clock's at 1:56. The Rebels will win this game, barring some incredible miracle. You're up at 21 points. Bears moving the ball here. Again, we're going to check off the sidelines. Coach Moody, along with Austin Herring, who's one of our assistant quarterback coaches, the old Cleveland High player. Here's a handoff. This time be Riley Harmon trying to get outside. He does. He's going to have good yardage down to the 45, to the 40, and on to the 39. A gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 to go for the Bears. Steps out of bounds. Stop the clock at 1:49 in the 4th quarter play. Earl, let me see your region schedule. I want to look at something real quick. You have, yeah, there. No,
I got it in here.
Got here somewhere. I want to see who the Rebels play next week. Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
Yeah, I've got it.
And on 2nd down and 4, here we go. Thank you, sir. The Bears on 2nd and 4 from the Maryville 39. McCleary hands off in the middle of Harmon. He is hit hard, then squeezes free, gains a yard or so down to the 38. Going to be 3rd down. Maryville next week will be hosting Ottawa, which will be a pushover win for them, you'd think. Cleveland will be hosting McMinn next week. That's a huge game for the Cherokees. Cleveland pretty much out of the well, not going to win the region, fighting for their life now, just getting the playoffs like they were last year. Minute 22 now in the game. Here is a handoff again, and Bradley loses it, and it's going to be another turnover that time. Riley Harmon took off the ball, and it popped out of his hands for no reason. Didn't get hit. Lays it on the ground. The Rebels take over at the
number 3,
their 42-yard line.
Looked like he was just adjusting the ball a little bit, and it flipped up.
Yeah, just popped right out of his hands, untouched there. Bears will be William Blount next week. Cleveland hosting McMinn County. Heritage will be at Carnes. Maryville will host Ooltewah, and that will be our region games next week. Cleveland tomorrow night now, here on Mix 104.1 tomorrow night, they'll be hosting Shelbyville. The Golden Eagles of Shelbyville. I think they're 3-3 if I remember right in their games. Clock's at 1:17, and it'll start on the snap of the ball after the turnover. So the Bears have had a couple of turnovers here tonight, and they'll keep it on the ground. And sure, here they've got the subs in there now. This is number 33, I believe. Is it 33? 23.
And number 20.
Number 20, Craig Hilliard in there. He's not a starter for the Cherokees. And let's see, they've got a new quarterback, looks like number 10, Caleb Dunford.
A lot of white shirts out here.
Yep.
Clean shirts.
Clean uniforms out there for the Rebels. And that's what they do. They get a lead. They don't try to run the score up on anybody. They just want to maintain the lead and get experience in there for all their second and third stringers. And right now, with under a minute, 43 seconds to go, the Bears trailing 35-13. The Rebels are going to stay unbeaten at 7-0, move to 3-0 in region play. The snap to Dunford. Hands off into the middle to one of the new guys. They'll have a first down across to the 46-yard line of Bear territory, I believe. Yeah, 1st and 10 for the Rebels. Clock stopped momentarily. Now it's running at 25 seconds to go.
And also number 1, Anderson.
We'll try to get Coach Floyd up here for a post-game interview. Clock's at 16. I don't know if they'll run another play or not. It's down to 12.
It's going to be
and I think they're going to stay right there. Referee steps forward, clock's at 5 as it runs down. The Bears will drop their first region game of the year. And Gwen, as you know, we want to talk to Coach Floyd if we can get him up here after he's through with his team. Final score, Maryville 35, Brandy Central 13. Good this first half, especially for the Bears. Maryville made some adjustments at halftime and came out. Had their offense clicking with some passing game. And also the quarterback draw really hurt the Bears tonight as they make their way to the other ends of the field. The players no longer are allowed to shake hands because of the virus thing, so they'll huddle up on the horseshoe end of the field for the Bears and the opening of the field for the Maryville Rebels here. Again, 35-13 our score, and we'll take a couple of minutes here on Mix 104.1 and Buzz 101.3. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Returns with our Jenkins Deli post-game show and look at our Elders Ace Hardware scoreboard as well when we return in 2 minutes.
9 and 7.
One thing to love about the Tennessee Valley is Bradley Central Show Choir, Vocal Motion. The other thing to love is the local Geico office on Lee Highway.
You could save a lot. Oh, you could save a lot. Oh, you could save a lot. But how do you know?
Unless you call 894-2600.
Got a car? Got a boat? Got a home?
Get a quote.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Back at Bear Stadium where the game has gone final here with an early start tonight. Man, it's just a little after 9 o'clock early, so that's great for a lot of folks, especially for Maryville traveling out of town up to the Maryville area. But final 35-13, the Rebels win it, so now 7-0 in region play and overall, and 3-0 in region play. They are a game behind the other teams. The Bears will drop to 5-2 after a 5-game winning streak, and also they'll be 3-1 in region play, so they are still battling out for first place and second here as we get deeper into the season. The Bears will be on the road to William Blount next week, while Maryville will be hosting Ooltewah at their place there in Maryville, which nobody ever wins at there. Their record for home games is incredible. But the Rebels win the game tonight, 35-13. The final. Earl's adding the stats up. And a lot of good things, good positive things you can take from the game tonight for the Bears. They played a great game in the first half there with had the lead at halftime, 10-7. Maryville made some adjustments halftime. The Bears had a couple of turnovers there in the second half, especially the last one was a backbreaker. The last two, one of them was down there inside the 30-yard line when the game was still just a 1-1 score game. But give the Rebels credit. They are a good system, a good program. They're great coached. They have good players, and there's no doubt about it. They will have to be contenders for another state title, which would be their 18th. And they've had 12 of those 11 of those within the last 20 years. So, and 4 other times they've been in the state finals and come in second place. So they are a formidable team, the immovable object, I guess you could say, when it comes to region play here. And Joe, do you have any other scores that you can look at real quick while we have a time here and Earl's adding stats up? We'll turn your mic on there. Okay, here's Joe's Elders Ace Hardware scoreboard.
All right, here. Give me just a second. It's calling up. And we've got East Ridge is up on Chattanooga Central 21-14 at the half. East Hamilton at the half is up 28-12 on Hickson. East Hamilton plays Walker Valley next week. McMinn County is 50-0 at the half over Notre Dame. Boy Buchanan is up 53-0 over Lookout Valley at the half. Tyner's up 14-7 on Marion County at the half. West is up on Powell 32-21 with 1:31 to go in the third quarter. And Saudy's up on Signal Mountain 21-15 at the half. And that looks like about it as far as ones that we would be concerned with.
Is that it? All right. Okay, thank you, Joe. That's the Elders Ace Hardware scoreboard. We're in the Jenkins Deli post-game show for the Bears here, and Coach Floyd is being surrounded down there by some media members out of the Chattanooga area there, talking to him. Hope to get him up here for a post-game interview. And remember, our winner tonight on the trivia question, which was how many state titles has Maryville won? It was 17. They've won overall in 96 years of playing football, and Ellie James knew that. So congratulations, Ellie. You'll have your chance to get a free large pizza at the Pizza Hut. Boy, I'd like to have one of those right now. They don't ever send us anything over here, early. They take them down to the station for the guys on the scoreboard show when the games are over, but poor old broadcasts don't get anything. That's okay. We can stand to miss a few meals, I guess you could say. But Bears drop it 35-13. The final tonight, again, our first region loss of the year. Second loss overall, 5-2, 3-1 in the region now, going on the road to William Blount. Then we'll host Soddy Daisy in game number 9 and host McMinn County in game number 10. And the way that McMinn County game is shaping up, that could be a battle right there if you beat Blount. And Soddy is a non-region game, but that would be a battle for home field advantage in the playoffs for the Cherokees and the Bears. So that's where we stand right now as Maryville has, they're saying their post-game prayer looks like right now. The Bears have already headed to the dressing room. They've had their little session with Coach Floyd, and he'll have to get them regrouped to go on the road to William Blount next week. Friday night, we'll hear that game here on the Buzz 101.3 at 6 o'clock. We come live from the field at William Blount up in Maryville, and then we'll go with a kickoff at 7:30. Back to the regular schedule next week. So we'll take another break here while Coach Floyd is making his way up here, and I don't think he's going to make it here tonight. He's heading to the dressing room, but we'll see if we can get him. If not, we'll come back with Earl Stats. We'll take a 2-minute timeout here on the Buzz 101.3 and Mix 104.1. Return in 2 minutes with more live coverage on the Jenkins Deli post-game show. 2-6A play. As we mentioned, Maryville hosts Ooltewah next week, while the Bears will travel to William Blount for another region matchup, and that becomes even more important for the Bears to win that to maintain a shot at hosting a playoff game here at Bradley Central and when they hit the postseason. Boy, it's coming up quick. Games 7, 8, 9, and 10 are all that remain in this season as the Bears, everybody has fought through this virus, and thank goodness we have. And there have been some teams that lost some games. Walker Valley lost a game tomorrow night to Marion County, who had to reschedule a game, which was a region game for Marion, and that cost the Walker Valley team a game, so they'll only have a 9-game schedule. Keep your fingers crossed that nobody else has any problems with the COVID virus. But Earl, if you're ready, we'll let you give our wrap up here on our Jinx Daily postgame show with the stats as they are. Here you go. Yeah.
All right, Gary. It looked like this in first downs. I mentioned to you on a cutaway there a few minutes ago. The Bears actually out first downed Maryville in this game, but that's not what counts. It's that scoreboard, and they took advantage of some Bear turnovers in the late in the second half. And boy, you can't do it against Maryville. We played a near perfect football game until halftime and played so well in that first half and led 10-7, but then in the fourth quarter the turnover bugaboo jumped up to bite us, and boy, they took advantage quickly, and it got a little out of hand in the fourth quarter. But that score really is no real indication of how well played and how close this ball game was for the majority of the time. In first downs, it was the Bears with 16 and Maryville with 13. In the rushing department, the Bears 40 rush attempts tonight for 180 yards. The ground game continues to look impressive against Maryville's defense, 180 yards. Maryville, on the other hand, topped us on the rushing game. They had 189 yards on 28 rush attempts. The Bears went to the air 14 times. Passing, completed 11, and by the way, I didn't add all that up, so I'll do that in just a minute. 10 out of 11 for Maryville, and I didn't add up my passing yardage. I'll get that before we leave the air.
You're slipping, Earl.
You're slipping. I'll tell you what. In fumbles, the Bears fumbled 3 times, all of them in the second half. They lost 2 of them. That really hurt on the score, and it got out of hand the last 6 or 7 minutes of the ball game. Not until then. Fumbles for Maryville, 1, and that was recovered by Robin Williams. We had 1 pass interception by Trent Roberts, Ringo, in the first half for the Bears. So they didn't have a single pass to hit the ground. They had 10 out of 11 tonight on completions, and the 1 pass they did not complete, Trent Roberts intercepted it. So a pretty good night passing for Jones.
Very good.
2 punts for the Bears, 26-yard average. Another thing I didn't even realize until the ball game was over, they did not punt tonight. Not a single punt. All the kickoffs went in the end zone. They went for it every time on fourth down, whether they made it or not. 2 penalties against the Bears. Coach Floyd will be pleased with that. One was a half the distance, total of 8 yards. 2 penalties against Maryville, 20 yards. And in the first half, after a 10-7 lead by the Bears, played so well in the first half. No turnovers, no mistakes. In the third quarter, Parker McGill took it in from 5 yards out, capping a 51-yard drive, 7 plays for Maryville to take their first lead of the ball game, 14-10 at the 8:52 mark of the third quarter. The Rebs would come right back 6 minutes later on a pass from Carson Jones to DJ Burks for 21 yards, 53-yard drive in 8 plays to take the lead up to 21-10. The kick was again added by Corbin Price. And then in the fourth quarter, Grant Haney cuts the lead back to 21-13 on a 25-yard field goal. And with 8:50 to go in the ball game, the Bears were within 1 score. 21-13, but turnovers led to 2 quick touchdowns. Parker McGill scored from 1 yard out, capping a 67-yard drive, and the kick was added. That was a 7-play drive, and they extended their lead to 28-13 just 45 seconds later on a Bear turnover. The pass from Carson Jones to Vaughn for 28 yards, 2 plays. The kick was added, and all of a sudden they were right back up into a insurmountable lead. So it got out of hand real quickly right there in the last 6 minutes of the ball game. But it was an excellent game. Javon Burke had another great game. 25 carries tonight. You called it, Gary. 151 yards.
Wow.
Talk about a workhorse.
Great game for him.
They had a 2-pronged running monster. Carson Jones, the quarterback draw, hurt us all night. You aptly described that. 10 carries for 88 yards out of their quarterback. And then Parker McGill was the guy that we expected to have a lot of carries. He had 15 carries for 85 yards. So 85 and 88 yards out of their 2 primary runners tonight accounted for much of that 189 yards. Gary?
I'd like to announce the player of the game there, Earl.
Yes, a player of the game, a new guy that has not had laurels this year, and that's Rango, Trent Roberts. He intercepted a pass. He was in on several key defensive stops and just led a lot of the defense tonight. The defense played well until, well, it really wasn't the defense's fault. Turnovers led to the last 2 touchdowns, and that was when they were on the sideline. So the defense played pretty well tonight, and that's why we singled out Trent Roberts.
Okay, Trent Roberts, our Andrew Johnson Bank player of the game this week. Also, congratulations to our winner of the trivia question, Ellie James, who won a Pizza Hut large-size pizza, for knowing that Maryville has had 17 state championships. For Earl Rowan, Gwen Schroyer, great job tonight again on the video and also as a sideline reporter. And for Earl Rowan, this is Gary Omis saying we will be coming to you live next week at 6 o'clock. Now, 6 o'clock next week from William Blount High School with a pregame show. Kickoffs is slated at 7:30. That's a Region 2-6A matchup with the Governors up in Maryville. Maryville will be hosting Ooltewah in their next region matchup. They all finished the season with 4 straight region games there. Congratulations tonight as they win it 35-13. The Bears dropped to 5-2 and 3-1 in the region. Maryville improves to 7-0 and 3-0 in Region 2-6A play. Until next week, we'll say so long for now. Good night, God bless, and go Bears.